Well, how are we all? Today is the big day. Sunderland host Lincoln. Well, Lincoln host Sunderland. Sunderland travelling down to Lincoln today. How's everyone feeling? A big one for Sunderland fans, an even bigger one for Lincoln fans. I'll read the comments for the people that got here early then, first of all. Atlas says, hello the lads. See you in 2 hours, folks. Cheers for getting here early, Atlas. Joe says, come on, SAFC lads. He says, come on, Lincoln. We can beat them 4-0 again. Gary says, Sunderland win. Wyke, Stewart and King. Could happen. 3-0 Sunderland will go up. Hopefully, mate. Hopefully you do it. Wood 2110 says, how are the lads? And Lewis is all right, Mush. How you doing? I'm good, mate. How are you? Hello, Black mate. Feeling nervous. How are the lads? I bet you are, Nathan. I bet you are. Well, Dad, we should be getting in a bit, but everyone that is here, do let me know your pre-match thoughts. I'm trying to get Now TV working because currently it's not. So in the meantime, we'll have a little chat and we'll preview this game shortly. The lineups will be typed in very shortly. Haven't got around to doing that yet because I've been rushing around trying to make sure I know all the facts, and this Now TV still isn't working. So we'll type up the lineups for everyone. So in case you know, we can work out what formations everyone is playing. It's a big one. Lincoln versus Sunderland on football. We're currently West Brom and that was West Ham. So we're going to come in closer for everybody, and we'll type these up. But you know, just let me know how you're feeling, what your predictions are. Well, because obviously it is a big game for both teams, and we'll go through the predictions. We'll go through what Dad has to say if he decides to actually click the link. We'll go through both teams lineup, as I've said. We'll also go through and see the head-to-head. We'll have a look at other things as well. But most importantly is how are the fans feeling. Now, today's match will have fans in it, actually. There will be, I think, 2,500 people will be coming in to Sincil Bank to watch today's game. While we type this lineup out, we'll wait to Dad. Dad has joined us now. So, before we put that on screen, I'll get Dad in for Dad's pre-match thoughts. Dad, what do you think of this game today then? The big one.
It is a big one, mate. I still fancy Sunderland. I think they've got better players than Lincoln. More experienced players. A stronger side. Hey?
Yeah, you're back now. You were lagging a little bit, but you're back now.
Well, I've got my 4G on, mate, so...
Yeah, it's fine. I think it just cut quickly, but you're fine now. Continue with what you were saying.
Yeah, I think I fancy Sunderland. Certainly over the 2 legs. I think they've got better players, better squad, better everything, really. I mean, I know Lincoln have had a good season, but for me, Sunderland are the strongest, are much stronger than Lincoln. I fancy them to win. I actually think it'll be a draw tonight, but I think Sunderland will beat him at the Stadium of Light.
Yeah. Well, we'll go through the comments then and see what everybody is saying. Right then, up the imps, says Joe. Hello, Joe. How you doing, mate? How you feeling? 1-1 from Posh fan, says Connell. Yeah, me and Dad agree with you. I'm good, Mesh Buzzer footy tomorrow. Onto this game, I can see Sunderland winning 1-2 to 2-1. Going to be a close game, though. Agreed. I think Lincoln will have a bit of home advantage, especially with the addition of fans. Joe says, come on, Sunderland. Wood 210 says 3-2 Sunderland. Joe, something over a 4-3-3 in Lincoln as well with the 4-3-3. Nathan says, up the Mackhams. I think 1-1. Wood says, that's if we play 4-3-3. You are, mate. Very strong team. Come on. Good luck, Jimmy. 1-1 or 2-1 us. Yep. And 4-0 to Sunderland, says Joe. Well, we'll go through the teams then. First of all, starting with the home side of Lincoln. Lincoln are lining up in a 4-3-3. Bursick in goal. Paul. Sorry, they're not. I'm going to let that go through one more time because they're not lining up in a 4-3-3. I've messed that one up badly. They're lining up in a 4-5-1 formation today. Bursick is their goalkeeper. Eden and Paul are their fullbacks for the day. Ioma and Jackson, the 2 central defenders. Johnson and Scully on the wings. Bridcup, Rogers and Grant in the central midfield areas, with Tom Hopper leading the line. Dad, thoughts on that Lincoln City lineup?
Yeah, it looks fairly decent, mate. They're obviously going to attack the game. They're going to obviously try and win the first leg. And get some sort of advantage going back to Sunderland. I mean, for me,
This is the Lincoln team, not the Sunderland team, Dad.
Yeah, I know. They're obviously going to.
Yeah, well, it sounded like you were saying it from a Sunderland perspective.
No, they're obviously going to go for it and try and take an advantage back to the stadium and light because obviously they need to. But as I said, I mean, I would have never predicted. I would have never predicted last night. I mean, Blackpool are a decent team, but I never thought they were going to win 3-0. I mean, so
No, neither did I. I thought they'd win, but not by that many.
Yeah, anything can happen. I mean, it's but obviously Lincoln, if they don't take a lead to Sunderland, forget about it.
Yeah. Well, Dad, any players in that team then that you think are going to be key for Lincoln's team today? Or do you just think it's going to have to be a complete squad effort?
Well, it's going to have to be a squad effort. I don't think they've got any real standout star players as such. The guy that takes all the penalties is decent. I forgot his name now, but
George Grant, he is playing today. He's their captain.
Scored about 12 penalties, isn't
he? Yeah. He's what a lot of United fans know as a pen merchant.
Yeah, but as I said before, as I said last night in the stream, I've got a sneaky feeling Sunderland are going to go up this year. Even after watching, I mean, Blackpool looked really good last night. Were Blackpool really good or were Oxford really bad? I don't know either one, but I think Sunderland. I don't know what. I've just got a sneaky feeling they're going to do it.
Yeah, to be fair with you, Dad, I can't really see anything different to that happening. We'll go on the banners then on the stream, and we'll have a look at the Sunderland of the day. Sunderland are lining up with Burge in goal, Hume, Flanagan, Wright and O'Neill as their back four, Power and Scowen in central midfielders, McGeady, Gooch and Jones in a 3-flat, central attacking, right attacking mid and left attacking mid with Charlie Wyke, the big man, leading the line. Dad, thoughts on that Sunderland team then?
Well, you got a lot of experience through that team. Flanagan at the back's got a lot of experience. McGeady's loads of experience.
We'll just say though, Sunderland are missing Dion Sanderson at the back today, their key defender. I think he's on loan from a Premier League team, but he's on loan from Wolves, I believe.
Maybe, but even got a lot of experience. McGeady oozes class at this level and has got a load of experience. He played in the Premier League. Different gravy. Max Power is very decent, and obviously Charlie Wyke. Look how many goals he scored.
Yeah, definitely. Dad, what do you think about the flat three attacking midfielders then of Gooch, Jones and McGeady? Do you think those three will have a lot to say today? Just behind Wyke in the 4-2-3-1 formation. Do you think they'll have a lot to say today?
Yeah, they will. They'll have to. I mean, obviously, they're all going to have to play well to get the cross. I mean, Wyke's very good in the air as well, not just on the floor. He's good in the air as well. So they're going to have to get into him. I think Sunderland will go after him straight away.
Yeah, I agree with you. Actually, I can't really see Sunderland settling for a draw, even though they are away. I can't see them settling for it.
I know Sunderland have had a bit of a bad end to the season. Everyone thought they were going to go out automatically, and yes, they've had in the last 8 or 9 games they have been like pretty average and lost some silly games and drawn some silly games. But I think the time is now. I think they will get from the off tonight. I think they go after them.
Yeah, that's what I think everyone's expecting to see, isn't it?
Don't forget,
whether we do or not.
Sunderland have got a lot more experience than Lincoln. They've got a lot more experienced players. They've got players that have played at a much higher level. Obviously, they're a much bigger club, but that doesn't really make any difference.
But that doesn't affect them in the playoffs. If you're a bigger club, you're a bigger club. Pompey were a bigger club.
But they've got a lot more experience.
Yeah, definitely. Let's have a look at some comments then. Nathan says, I hope you're right, Paul, mate, that they'll be going up. He's a Sunderland fan.
Up the Backhams.
Strong. Debatable about Lincoln being too strong, but maybe with the home advantage. Lewis says, Sun have a very good chance of going up. Always good games when they play us. Agreed. And Nathan says, Lincoln too strong. You must be joking. Well, Dad, you've got Lincoln, you've got Sunderland, you've got Oxford, you've got Blackpool. First of all, who's making the playoff final?
Sunderland against Blackpool. I said that last night. I don't change my mind.
I'll agree with you. I will definitely agree with you on that one. Aha, now TV is working. So you're going to go Sunderland v Blackpool, and who are you going to go to win it, and how are you going to go to win it? So how are they going to go about doing it? How do you reckon they're going to go about it in the final, both sides, if it is Blackpool and Sunderland?
Well, it'll be cagey. I mean, it's a one-off game, isn't it? I mean, there won't be any. I can't imagine if it is the final, there won't be any 3 or 4 nils going on.
God no. Well, you never know with League One, but I can't imagine Blackpool v Sunderland in a playoff final will be 4-0.
To be fair, last night, when watching that game last night, the first 10, 15 minutes, Oxford were the better side, looked decent. But as soon as Blackpool scored the first goal,
yeah.
I mean, like I said at half time, I thought they could have won that game 3-4 or 5-0, let alone 3-0.
Agreed, definitely. They could have. But then, it just swung like that. It was 2-0 within 3 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the guy that called, what's the guy's name again who scored those 2 goals last night?
Sims up front.
Yeah, he was decent. Yates didn't score, but he was very influential at the top end of the pitch.
Yeah.
Husband, I think that's the keeper, isn't it?
No, Husband's the left back. Who's keeping on about? Blackpool's? Maxwell.
Sorry. Yeah, he's decent. And like Husband, whoever he is, he looked good as well.
Yeah, well, they're showing the key duo on screen right now of Charlie White and Aidan McGeady. Charlie White with 30 goals, Aidan McGeady with 18 assists, I think it said. Aidan McGeady getting 8 assists alone just for Charlie White. That is the second best combination between 2 players in England. Obviously, the one above that is Heung-min Son for Harry Kane. Dad, do you think that duo will be enough to take them up?
I just think that it'll have to be more than just those 2. I think they'll have to be like solid defensively. They've been a bit sloppy defensively lately as well. They've conceded some silly goals. I.e., like they've lost to Blackpool twice in recent times, 1-0 in both events. Both of them sloppy goals they conceded. They were beat 1-0, 2-1, then drew 3-3, throwing away points there as well when they should have won the game. For me, a big advantage for them is going to be they're going to have 10,000 fans in the Stadium of Light in the second leg, and they're going to make a racket and a half. You can imagine. Yeah. So that will be massive for them as long as they get a half decent result tonight. I think it will be a draw tonight, and I think they'll take them back to the Stadium of Light and they'll do the business at the Stadium of Light. And I think having 10,000 fans, I know it's only like a quarter or whatever of their capacity, even less than a quarter. That'll be a massive positive for them, in the second leg.
Yeah. We're just going to look at Sunderland's last games then, going into this one. It's the last 9 we're going to look at, Dad. So the last 9 games. They drew with Peterborough 1-0 before 3 consecutive losses to Charlton at home, Wigan away and Blackpool away, before then drawing to Hull and Accrington, losing to Blackpool again, beating Plymouth away and then drawing to Northampton. How do you think that form will affect them going into this game?
Well, it doesn't matter, mate. I mean, look at Oxford. They had 15 points out of the previous 18, and they got absolutely destroyed last night. I think they probably knew a while ago they weren't going to get into the top 2. And for me, they've sort of like prioritised. They sort of probably maybe took their foot off the gas a little bit to save a bit of energy for the playoffs. I might be wrong, but
I think Lincoln rested a couple of players in the last few games. I don't know how true it is for Sunderland. I'll have a look in a second. Just want to type something up first. It could be true. We'll have a quick look at it shortly.
I'm not necessarily saying resting. They've rested players, but they've certainly took their foot off the gas in certainly the last 4 or 5 games because they knew they weren't going to go up. As soon as they knew they weren't going to finish in the top 2, they were always pretty much guaranteed to get in the playoffs from a long way ago. So I think they've concentrated, or maybe taken their foot off the gas to concentrate on the playoffs.
Yeah, well, if we just go back to the last game of the season, then with that 1-1 draw at home to Northampton the day Pompey decided they didn't want to get the playoffs. And we'll look at the lineup. They played a 4-2-4. Burge was in goal, same as today. McLaughlin, Wright, O'Neill and Hume made up the back four. Power and Scowen were the next two, with Diamond, Jones, Gooch and Wyke. So a fairly strong team. Wyke was subbed off along with Power, Scowen, Diamond and McLaughlin. So do you think that Sunderland will be a bit better rested?
No, but Lincoln have rested players as well. I mean, to be fair, none of these teams have played since the final day of the season, which was 10 days ago. So they've had enough rest between games. So there's no excuses. You can't say fatigue or fitness. They've had 10 days off. They've had enough chances at the end of the season to rest players because they knew they weren't going to get in the automatic positions. They knew they were guaranteed the playoff. I'm on about both sides. So that can't be used. That can't be used as an excuse. They should be all rested, ready to go. And then let's see. But I still think, on paper, which maybe lies sometimes, Sunderland have got the better players. Certainly the more experienced players. Don't forget they were in a playoff final not last year, the year before. Fair enough, they lost, but they've been through this. They've been through this process before at this level. Lincoln have never been in this League One. Lincoln have never been in a League One playoff.
I don't think they've ever been in an EFL playoff because they won the league when they came up. Or they came.
Yeah, so they haven't got this experience. I think going to the stadium
they haven't even been.
Yeah, exactly. So Sunderland having that experience from 2 years ago is massive. I think.
Yeah.
Lincoln going to stadium like away in the second leg is an advantage for Sunderland as well, and the fact there's going to be 10,000 Mackhams cheering them on is going to be massive for Sunderland because they will make an absolute racket.
Yeah. Well, Lee Johnson said Lincoln are a good side, a really good side. They have a lot of athleticism and their best 11 is up there with the best in the league. The two wide men are pacey, they have good footballers and a bite in midfield, as well as a backline that on their day is very solid and secure. There's no doubt that we're going to have to get the results we require. He said that possibly more. Do you think it could go to more? I think it could end up in extra time?
No, I don't think it will, mate. I think it'll be a draw tonight, but I still
Sunderland will have too much for them. This game will be this playoff semi-final will be a lot closer than the other one because I can't see Sunderland or Lincoln winning 3-0, 4-0 tonight. I don't think that's going to happen in either leg. So I think this semi-final will be tighter. These two teams are probably more. These two teams are probably more evenly matched than Oxford and Blackpool. Obviously, Blackpool finished third and Oxford finished sixth and only snuck in on the final day. So, and Sunderland and Lincoln have pretty much been at least guaranteed the playoffs all season. I mean, I know Lincoln were in the top two for a long time. I know Lincoln were in the top two for a long time, but then they slipped out. But
they hit form near the end again.
I think.
And we will catch up with their form now, Dad. We'll have a look at that. The last 9 games, then. Well, actually, we'll read the comments first before we get to it. Joe said we played better away this season. People already said if we beat Lincoln, we'll go up. Quite possibly, mate. Playoff final: Blackpool versus Sunderland at the Baths. Joey goes down on Saturday. A little chat between them. Lincoln 2-1. Which says Reggie, good one, mate. Joe, if Sunderland plays back on the final, we'll draw and win on pens. Good prediction, actually. Carl then says, Hawaii. Nathan says, we'll be noisy on Saturday like a normal match day. Pretty much, mate. And it's hello, I'm back. How are you, mate? Nathan, playoffs is different gravy compared to the league, mate. Playoffs is the best time off the league. Well, Lincoln's last games then, Dad. The last 9. We did Sunderland's last 9. We'll do Lincoln's as well. They started off with a 2-2 draw to Blackpool before beating Enkedon's 4-0, Bristol Rovers 1-0 away, and Burton 1-0 away, before a loss at home to Hull, a win away at Shrewsbury, a draw at home to Peterborough, a loss away at Charlton, and a draw against Wimbledon. No wins in the last 3, 2 wins in their last 6. And if you go back before that, their form's even better. Dad, what do you think of that form then going into this game?
Yeah, I think it's decent, mate. I think they should, that Peterborough game, Peterborough penalty at the end, that was never a penalty. So
Yeah.
they should have won that game as well. Because there's no way in hell that was a penalty. And then they could have possibly taken it to Peterborough to the final day or the next two games.
And pushed.
And maybe could have got in the second place. But they got robbed in that game. They were 3-0 up against Peterborough.
Yeah, they did get robbed as well. But in all fairness, I think Sunderland fans are happy
they got robbed,
Peterborough managed to drop that game. In all fairness, I think Sunderland fans would have rather had Lincoln than Peterborough, that's for sure. Anyway, we'll go through the lineups just before the teams come out, in case you weren't here. Lincoln's lineup and the hosts for today with their fans in. Bursick starts in goal. Paul and Eden are the fullbacks with Ioma and Jackson in the central defensive roles. No young defender, I can't remember what his name is. Johnson and Scully on the wings. Bridcut, Rogers and Grant in central midfield with Hopper leading the line. That is your Lincoln lineup for the day. We'll let them go one more time before we go to the Sunderland one. As Lincoln do lead the way out onto the pitch, two separate entrances for the two teams today. And then we will now look at the Sunderland lineup. Sunderland's lineup for today then in a 4-2-3-1. Birch in goal. Hume, Flanagan, Roy and O'Neill as their back four. Power and Scowen battling out in the CDM roles. McGeady, Gooch and Jones across the midfield with Charlie White leading the line for Sunderland today. For the Mackhams. The Mackhams are in blue today. Lincoln in red and white. Dad, final prediction before this game does kick off then.
I think this one's going to be a lot more cagey than what we saw last night. I think it's going to be a draw.
But I think Sunderland will do the business in the away leg.
Yes, Dad. I'm going to have to agree with you. I think it'll be 1-1 today. I think he'll get the goal. I think it'll be 1-1 here. I think White will score. And I think they'll score early. And I think they'll then try and settle into the game a bit more. Lincoln will just hit him on the counter and get an equaliser really late on. I've said 1-1 for every game so far. That hasn't happened. But it could happen, couldn't it? They're going through the lineups again before this game kicks off. Sunderland as well. They'll be hoping they manage to do it. Sorry, just looking at EFL Hub, who are tweeting some transfer rumours. Interestingly, Dad, EFL Hub tweeted 15 minutes ago saying Bursick has signed for Lincoln. Of course, Bursick was at Peterborough this season. If Lincoln were to go up in the playoffs, Joe Bursick would have won promotion with two separate clubs in the same season in the space of 2 weeks. What do you think of that one, Dad?
Yeah, crazy, mate, isn't it? We need to sign some bloody players, I tell you.
Hates Magruia, but we do. Definitely do.
That's for another day.
Yeah, it is. We'll talk about the benches quickly because Dan, I'm guessing, is going to shoot off and watch this on his phone before rejoining us at half time. Is that correct, Dan?
That's correct, my boy.
Yeah, well, the benches for today then. Lincoln's bench. Long, the substitute keeper. I think he's really young. Cohen Bramall, Lewis Montsma, Conor McGrandles, Sanders, Anderson and Morton are there as well. That's on their bench. Manager Michael Appleton, of course, former Pompey. And then Sunderland, where they have Remy Matthews, McFasdean, Grant Ledbetter, Winchester, Diamond, Maguire, and Stewart. Maguire, ex-Pompey as well. Dads, do you think those substitutes could have anything to say?
Hey, they're going to need their bench, obviously, because I mean, like if you look at last night, if you look at the game last night, Oxford had players coming off with fatigue, cramp, hamstrings. So you need your bench at this time of the season. So yes, I think that the benches could have a say. Yeah,
definitely. Anyway, Dad, I'm going to let you go and watch the game. It will be Sunderland to get us on the way with Charlie Boyk, and I'll speak to you at half.
All right, mate. Up the Mackhams.
Time. Well, Dad has now gone. I am also not very light again today. I don't know what's going on. Well, Sunderland have got us underway, and untypically of League One, they haven't just lumped it forward. They've politely tapped it up down to Bursick, who's caught it. What's some more stuff there? Mo Issa apparently Pompey are going in for. I bloody well hope not, because he's shocking this season. I think we've got a couple of network issues today. Let's see if we can get that sorted. Your dad is a legend at the Mackhams. Cheers, Nathan, mate. He'll be reading that comment, actually, probably. Lincoln playing the most games this season out of any club in England, and it'll still be that way because Lincoln have played 59 as of today, and no one else could play more than them. Even if they end up losing the second leg, they will still have played one more than the other most in Man City. Lincoln starting the game, the brighter side, though. Well, it won't be good news for Sunderland. They get it forward here. Lincoln, they're nearly through. Lincoln are through. I don't know who's on the ball. He's got it under his feet. He's got it out of his feet. It's out to the right wing for Lincoln. Lincoln now. Hopper has the ball into the middle of the box. Doesn't get it. George Grant looks to make the pass. He does. Out to the right. Blocked, and that will be a Lincoln throw-in deep inside Sunderland's half. Sunderland not starting the way they would have hoped, Nathan. And then Lincoln have managed to mess that up very quickly. They've got it into play and then passed it straight back out of play in the exact same time frame. Sunderland will have a throw here with Hume, the left back, number 33. Double three. Most left backs number 3. He's too good. He's got to have 2 threes. And he's number 33. Looking for White with the throw. Doesn't win it. Lincoln get it straight away. Power is there to clean it up. McGeady knocks it straight back to the centre back, who is pressed very high by Lincoln there. Lincoln playing a very pressing football and trying to keep it when they can. As soon as they lose it, they're straight into Sunderland's faces. And now Sunderland have picked it up. Here comes Jamie Jones. Jamie Jones twisting, can't win it. Jamie Jones on the right at the moment. Obviously scored against Pompey, the Rangers, won't he? But quite a cagey affair, quite scrappy at the moment. They'll be looking for the chance. Here comes McGeady, left-footed, blocked by the first man, and Lincoln will bring it away. Passed it out to the right wing here. Lincoln, will they win it? No, they won't. I think that is Flanagan who manages to win the challenge. He wants to throw in for himself, but it wasn't his throw in anyway. And he's going to continue protesting about that as much as it wasn't theirs. F1 football fan, 1-0 Lincoln first leg, 2-0 Sunderland second leg, possibly. I still think it'll be a draw in this one. That could have been a Sunderland throw in there, but they haven't got it. It's down in that right wing again with Lincoln. Paul is going to take this throw in. Throws it short back. Now Paul he exchanges the 1-2. He skips around Hume. He tries to skip around McGeady. McGeady stops it, and as McGeady goes to clear, he slips. He's got this long though. Sunderland will bring it away. Jamie Jones tries to bring it over halfway. He does down the left-hand side of the pitch. Then he gets it out here. Max Power is in the middle. He chooses not to go him. I think that was Scowen on the ball there. Gets it back to McGeady. Interested in number 28 now because obviously he did leave Sunderland. He was 19 the season before last, but he went to Charlton on loan. And Lee Johnson brought him back in. And ever since Lee Johnson he's just revitalised him. Max Power pass forward to White, who exchanges it straight there to whoever number 14 is. I will have to find this out to Jamie Jones. Whipped in by O'Neill, searching for White. White wins the header straight into the back of Liam Bridcut's head and down for Joe Bursick to pick up easily. That could have been 1-0 again there, actually. Most goals in the first 15 minutes in this season. Sunderland have got the most, the same as Tottenham. One more than Accrington City and Watford, but Sunderland have scored the most goals in the opening 15 minutes of games this season. Lincoln quite composed. Sunderland more attacking at the moment. The back two of Leoma and Jackson. Lincoln having the more to do than the back two of Sunderland, but equally not having too much to do. Leoma then passes it forward out to the left. Dummies gets O'Neill to the floor, then gets round O'Neill, passes it up. Here come Lincoln, booted over to number 11. He's into the box. He shoots. What a save that is from Lee Burge. Oh no, it's not a save. Ball was brilliantly placed across by, I think, Johnson. Crossfield ball into the box where Scully was. Scully hit it right-footed across goal, looking for the top corner. I'm just looking. Lee Burge tips that over the bar. That's in the top corner without his save. Scully with a brilliant touch and 2 touches, gets it down, fires on a goal. Lee Burge with a class save, given as a goal kick. Who's your favourite football team other than Pompey? We'll go professional because I don't want to go at Havant because, well, I think Havant are professional, but you know what I mean. I don't really have another one really. I don't even know really. I'll think about it and I'll get back to you. Favourite football team other than Pompey? Nathan, good comment here, mate. It's going to go on screen. If you're new, remember to subscribe to Blake. Yes, please do. We've got a load of Sunderland subscribers already. It'd be great if we could get some more. Great football club is Sunderland. Not good enough that I'd support them though, because it's just quite a way away. I'd have to support a club fairly new, fairly close. Sorry. I don't even know who I'd support. It'd be another League 1/2, maybe Reading, someone like that, because it's fairly close. It'd take me a while to actually like them though. But then, favourite football team other than them that I may have a soft spot for then. Yeah, Brentford. I've got a soft spot for them. Good club, well run. They seem to love bottling the playoffs, just like Pompey. So we'd easily fit in there, wouldn't we? We would. Sunderland hoping to make it 2 trophies at Wembley this season. They did win the EFL trophy earlier on in the season with a penalty. Was it a penalty win in the end, or an extra time win over Tranmere? Lincoln's half gets it with power. Power passes it straight at Anderson. Johnson. Johnson can't do much of it, and it will be another Sunderland throw-in. How about your least favourite aside from the scum? Mine is 100% Lincoln onto Man City. I would say City, but they did have some good fans. They got like 30,000 in Div 3. The only reason I don't go into the money is the same as United, hence why FC United was formed. Mine would probably be NK Dons. Just it's the way the club was founded. It is why. It's just their fans. It's not their fault. Because how could it be? But fundamentally as a club, yes, MK Dons would probably be my least favourite. Sunderland controlling the ball inside Lincoln's half here. McGeady onto his right foot. Thinks he watches that one fly over him. Absolutely nothing he can do. So starting the brighter side though. A lot of Sunderland fans would be happy to hear about that. Ioma then on the ball to Bridcut. Bridcut plays it across to Jackson. Jackson then up to the right back of Poole. If you're wondering why I'm looking over, it's to make sure I'm getting the names right because I get them wrong quite a lot. The emergency loan keeper Bursick then for Lincoln today. He's a very good keeper. Already been promoted this season with Peterborough. Helped keep their run going. He's on the ball, left-footed, pings it out to the right, searching for Paul. Paul knocks it on then. Scully looks to get behind. Can't. Great defending there by Flanagan. Flanagan back to Burge. Burge smashes it clear just to be sure. Bridcut then wins his header over Scowen. Johnson comes in and gets the ball off of the defender's clearance, but can't do much with it. 1-2 there between McGeady and Jones. Jones will get it down the right wing. Jones is pushed by Eden, but it will not be given as a foul. I mean, I think that was McGeady who exchanged it with. It could have been Gooch, actually. Gooch is the one I don't really know. Put him for Sunderland purely because they, as a club, are similar to Pompey. Yeah, they're too big for League One. Ball up. Tom Hopper is through here. No, he's not. Flanagan's shielding well. Tom Hopper onto his left foot, kicks it into Flanagan. Flanagan gets it out, but at the expense of a corner. Corner for Lincoln, and the first corner of the day. But yeah, it is fairly similar clubs, fairly similar fan base. They've got a bigger ground, pretty much as noisy as each other. Nathan, I'm so nervous. Every time they go forward, I can imagine you're like, oh no. Official Connor Hughes, away at Sunderland. How you doing, Connor? I hope you're all right, mate. Who is that receiving treatment for Sunderland? Of course, this isn't my team, so I will keep looking at. I think it may be Scowen. Oh no, it's not. It's Hume. Denver Hume is down, receiving some treatment. That wouldn't be good for Sunderland because the only other defender on their bench is McFadden. And as far as I'm aware, he's covered at left back, but he ain't a left back. I don't know what's wrong with Hume here. McFadden is warming up just in case. He's darting into an orange and stretching. This may have to be Sunderland's first sub of the day here. Carl McFadden is waiting to come on. Denver Hume is trotting off. This could be an injury here. A few Sunderland gadgets today here, Blake. Yes, mate, Nathan, there are. Love to see it. Love to see it. People probably don't know I'm a Pompey fan apart from the flags, but I am. I'm rooting for you guys, though, to go up. Denver Hume then will be replaced by Callum McFadden. Not good news for Sunderland there. The first sub of the day is Hume off, McFadden on. Sunderland fans, how do you feel about that? Hume has come off with an injury. I can't spell McFadden's name right now. I thought I had it. I did have it. Didn't want to get it wrong though. Is there an arrow I could put here? Nah, I'll have to edit that one on the iPad in a bit. But that is the first of the day. Cal McFadden comes on for Denver Hume. For fuck's sake, McFadden is dog shit. Well, that's not good then, is it, Nathan? The corner is taken by George Grant, right-footed in towards the box, headed away. Not sure by who, but it's headed away and it'll be out for a Lincoln throw-in. McFadden is on for Hume. Not good news for Sunderland then, according to you, Nathan. But that's the first of 11th minute. McFadden is on for Hume. Unlucky, mate, unlucky. Ball lumped forward by Jackson. Don't know who tried to get that, but it is out to the left wing where Eden is. Eden comes back, passes it back to George Grant. George Grant right footed back out to Eden on this left wing. Eden, of course, the left back. But in to Rogers. Rogers then will bring it sideways and then eventually forward. Scully exchanging a 1-2 with Hopper. Hopper has to make a challenge to try and win that ball. Doesn't win it though, and Scowman will bring it away for Sunderland. Gets it to the halfway line, checks back and knocks it back to McGeady, who turns around, doesn't do a McGeady spin, but turns around and knocks it back to Flanagan. It was a straight swap. McFadden has just slotted in at left back. He's not going centre back and other changes. McFadden will just be the left back for today. I don't know if he actually is a left back. We can have a look at this actually there. He is a left back. He is a left back, primarily. So he will be there. And Scowen on the ball then. Scowen plays the ball across field to Right, I think that is. Right, I don't know how good he is. I haven't actually seen him before, right? Nathan, is he any good? Right, your centre back, number 5. Lofted forward by him in search of Charlie White. Charlie White jumps higher than Lincoln centre back, but doesn't win the header, and it's out for a goal kick, which Bursick will take. We should try to get Bursick injured. He shouldn't be playing. Shocking decision that. To be fair, though, Nathan, I think the keeper on their bench, even he is really young. Yeah, he's 18. So has he even played for them yet? If you have a look, Sam Longley is their backup keeper. He's been on the bench all season. Well, since September. He hasn't actually played a competitive minute for them yet. So that's why. Anyway, Lincoln, bring it forward here. Rogers will take it right-footed, and that's into the stand behind the goal and into the fans. Another thing that I don't like about MK Dons is that they have been around a 30-seat stadium, yet only 10 fans attend. It's good for away fans, though, because you get given as many seats as you want, pretty much. Lincoln having more chances, but Sunderland having more of the ball. Wright is really good, and Flanagan is a liability. Yeah, Flanagan, I think I remember him as being that defender that you target. Because he's too, I think you would target him. I mean, let's have a look at Wright's stats this season. Jackson, the Lincoln centre back down. Bailey Wright then, he's the Australian centre back, right-footed he is. His career then, this season he's played 38 games, or since he joined Sunderland in 2020. He's had 5 yellow cards, meaning he would have got a ban at some point. He's played in the World Cup qualification as well for Australia. When was his last Australian captain? Should we have a look? He fine when he played for them. But yeah, he's played pretty much 90 minutes of every game apart from Lincoln at home in the EFL Trophy. So you're lagging quite a bit. Am I? That's not what I like to hear. I'll try and I think I am disconnecting everything. Even my phone is. We'll try disconnecting something else. Where's your dad? Oh, he'll be back at half time. He watches it on his phone. He's not with me at the moment. Dad, I don't live with my dad, so that's why. He's not with me at the moment, but he'll be back at half time after he's watched the first half. Since Sanders got injured, our defence has been a shambles, has it? That's not good. Please do let me know if I am still lagging now. There's nothing connected to the Wi-Fi apart from my laptop. I can't directly connect it. The Wi-Fi is literally where my hand is here. The Wi-Fi box, the extender, is there as well. So I hope I'm more connected now. Do let me know though if I am still lagging quite a bit. I think once again the sunlight isn't actually on me, so I'm quite dark at the moment. Lincoln with an attack there. Sunderland well cleared, but Paul will bring this upfield. Paul has it deep inside Sunderland's half with a throw in on the right hand side. It's back to Paul after a 1-2 with Hopper. Paul then exchanges it with Scowen, I think that was. Scowen now has the ball. He plays it long, searching for Wyke. Will Wyke get there? Wyke will not get there. Bursic smashes it clear. Bursic then won by Hopper, searching for George Grant, but Hopper is offside. It's a lot better now. Okay, that's what I like to hear. Once again, just update me if there's any problems or something's happening. It shouldn't be lagging, but when it does, once again, I can't really stop. I've got to just try and do what I can. Scowen then brings it forward again. He's been at the heart of pretty much everything today. He has. McFadden did come forward there. McGeady looked to play a pass to Scowen, or I think that was Scowen. No, it wasn't. It was Gooch. Doesn't reach him though. Lincoln pick it up, and Lincoln have control of the ball inside their own half. Paul will bring it across into Sunderland's half, then play it back to Bridcut. Bridcut turns around, plays it back to Paul again. They're playing football with each other, but then eventually Paul knocks it back to the centre-backs. That's a sub I've actually missed there. Lewis Montsma has come on for Lincoln, the young central defender. Highly rated on Football Manager, Lewis Montsma. I think they wanted like 3 or 4 million for him. Anyway, I wouldn't be paying that much for him. On Football Manager anyway, I don't have that kind of money. Yes, Jackson has made way for Lewis Montsma. It's an early injury sub for both sides today then. Both sides having to make early subs due to injuries. Not what they would have been hoping to have to do. But they've had to do it, and they'll have to continue with it. Hopefully no more injuries for them. Please don't forget as well to subscribe if you are new. It means a lot to me. Can we hit 815 by half time? Just one person can do that for me. I might start a Patreon soon as well, actually, so you can get more involved. But I don't know yet. That could be a possibility in the future. Let me know if you want to see a Patreon, because that way I could do behind the scenes stuff. It would charge, but I'd probably do £2 per month or something. I wouldn't make it expensive. But that would just mean you get access to more stuff than you would just from my YouTube. But let me know. 1,000 subscribers is the main aim at the moment. Hopefully we can do that soon. Ball down the line by Jamie Jones, who trips and the line nearly stamps on him. It was down the line by Gooch, I think that was who played the pass. It was him or Scowen who played it down the line. But Jordan Jones slips up. It nearly goes under the linesman, but he jumps over him. Eden plays this up the pitch. Big challenge there by George Grant. Big strength, but it won't be a foul. It's lofted up to Scully inside his own half in the centre. Then McGeady and McFadden go for the same ball. McFadden kicking McGeady, but McGeady now has it. 820 by the end. Hopefully, Nathan. Hopefully. Please do share as well if you are a current subscriber. He's played forward. Eden will cut this one out. Eden then tries to bring it forward. McGeady's in his way. Plays it down the line. O'Negan has gone down. He's looking to get it into the boxes. Tom Hopper. He couldn't quite do it. And Flanagan has cleared it out for a corner. Lincoln piling on the pressure here. You've hit 815, have I? Have I now? I'll check this quickly. Because if I have, that'll be massive. It'll be massive. Can we hit 120 by the end of today then? We have. Thank you all. Thank you all. Can we hit 820 by the end of the stream? This is going to be whipped in by George Grant. Flicked on by Jamie Jones. Back into the box by Montsma. McGeady goes to clear it but can't. Paul is shielding it. Paul then cuts back inside. Right-footed cross into the box. Cleared away. Smashed back in. Good, strong save by Lee Burge. I think that was smashed towards goal by Lewis Montsma, the sub. Central defender. Paul with a right-footed cross from the left side of the box. In swinging. Headed away by McFadden straight to Lewis Montsma, but his volley didn't gain as much power as he would have hoped, and Burgess down to his right, clasps the ball and doesn't let it get away from him. Still 0-0 into the 21st minute. We need some Sunderland songs sung by you. Mate, type them in the chat, I'll sing them for you. Type them in the chat and I'll sing them for you. It's forward then. Scully gets the ball, exchanging a 1-2 with Johnson. Shocking challenge by Max Power. It won't be a red, it won't be a yellow, but it'll be a strong talking to. Tackle on Liam Bridcut, Lincoln's captain. By Sunderland's captain, Max Power. Liam Bridcut gets through about 3 men, turns around, looks to play a pass, and Max Power just comes in and wipes him out. I think Bridcut did buy that foul, but Lincoln still controlling the play quite well, quite a lot. Oh, it was a bad challenge by Bridcut this time on Scully. Scowen, not Scully, Scowen. Scully the Scowen there. No yellow card, a free kick though. Michael Appleton being shown now. Seasons in the playoffs, 6. 2 finals with no promotions in the playoffs for I don't know whether that is Lincoln or whether that's Michael Appleton by himself, but Lincoln City with only 2 final appearances, no promotions. Do the promotion with me. But yeah, no promotions for Lincoln in the playoffs. No promotions for Sunderland in recent years in the playoffs. Of course, the last appearance in the playoffs with a goal by Charlton to make it 2-1 after Sunderland were gifted the lead early on as well. Jamie Jones has it on the right, cuts inside, plays it back to O'Neill. O'Neill will whip this one in, looking for, I think that was McGee. He doesn't. McFadden is out to press it, but he can't. So hoof long, Max Power will boot it back to Lee Burge in goal just on the outside of his box. Plays it across then. Sunderland look more relaxed, but Lincoln look better. If I had to sum it up, that's how it is, in my opinion, anyway. It's Sunderland look more relaxed, but Lincoln look like the better side. Max Power not happy. I don't know what he's not happy about. He's just not happy in general. He's not a happy man, isn't he? All right, Flanagan brings it forward out to the left where McGeady is. I don't know where McFadden's gone. Gowan into McGeady again. McGeady is cut out. No, it's not. He still has the ball. Plays it back to the other centre back, Bailey. Right. It's now up. No, Bridcut's cut it out. Tom Hopper will bring it forward, looking for Scully down the right wing. Scully will get there. Scully whips it across the box to the back post. It's too far for Eden, and O'Neill will just see this one out and will buy a free kick. Free kick to Sunderland deep into their own half on the right-hand side. Lincoln look better going forward. Sunderland just look a bit more relaxed in total. Sunderland's left-hand side, it doesn't look as good since Denver Hume's gone off injured. McFadden is not filling the gap at all. We can't get past the defence, Nathan. You can't, mate. But not just that. Your left side of your defence, when McFadden is playing, you did warn me about him. But when McFadden's playing, it looks empty. Every time Lincoln go forward, he's not there. Is he? He's not. Which isn't a good thing. If your left back's not in his position when they're attacking down the right, you've got problems. He loves attacking though, McFadden. Peterson from Brazil, mate. How are you doing? How are you doing? Hope you're all right. I hope everyone's okay. I hope you in particular are all right as well. Lincoln fans, that shit they have to use a drum for atmosphere. We use a drum, but we don't use it for atmosphere. We just kind of use the drum. Because the drum, it helps a little bit. But I think that's been defended well there. Lincoln will have a goal kick. Bursick takes it short to Eden, the left back. I've cut myself using my watch today actually as well. I think I had it on too tight. But anyway, Bridcut out left to Montsma. Montsma's actually massive. I didn't actually realise that. Back to Bridcut. Bridcut then, where's he going to go? Attempts a 4-2 in Lincoln's favour. Where can I see the match? Sky Sports it is on today. Poole into the box, cut out by Flanagan. Scully hits it left-footed. Good save from Burge, but it was offside anyway, or a foul anyway, or something anyway. Tom Hopper not happy about that decision. I think it was a foul on Flanagan. Hopper doesn't believe it was a foul. I'll watch it now. It was a bit of a push. I think Flanagan did overreact a little bit, but I can see why it's been given. 20 minutes left of this first half then. Tom Hopper without a goal in the last 12 games. Need to pay. If you have a Sky membership, no. But if not, yes, it's a tenner for a day pass to watch the game on Sky Sports. There'll probably be a stream somewhere for free, but I don't know any stream sites, so can't help you with that one, mate. Eden down the left wing. He isn't going to whip it. He's going to try and get around O'Neill, but O'Neill stopped it. McFadden is actually dog shit at Hayden. Can we have you at left back, Blake? It took me a while to get to Lincoln, mate. I wish I could play in the game like this, but yeah, McFadden has been shocking. Whipped in by Eden, headed up rather than away by Flanagan, and then eventually headed away by the other centre back. Into the box comes Rogers. Hopper looks to play it back, can't. He turns around in the end. He's surrounded here. He gets it back to Bridcut though, quite well from him. And then Sunderland will get it away. Thanks. No worries, mate. Hope you get to watch the game. Brought forward by, I think that is Gooch. It is Gooch. Gooch into Lincoln's half down the centre. Plays it out left to McFadden. Any money he slips. He doesn't. He plays it back into Gooch. Gooch turns well. He's left Hopper behind. Good cross, and it will be a Sunderland corner because Montsma has knocked it out. Arthur, you're Brazilian as well, mate. Hope you are okay. It's a thank you, Brazilian. That's what it should say. It says it on YouTube, but not on the stream. Yes, from Brazil. That's what it should say. There we go. We've got to get on my own stream to see the emojis. Right, who's going to take this then? Let's have a look. It is taken right-footed, very, very high to the back post. It's won by, I think that was Charlie White. It wasn't Charlie White, actually. It was Flanagan who won the header, but it's straight at Bursic. Bursic catches it. No worries from him. And he's stopped and he's just ready for this one. Quite simple catch for Bursic there. Flanagan did well to get up in between two men. Well caught by Bursic. Montsma then brings it forward, lofts it forward eventually. No one pressing the ball down or chasing it down. Bursic will pick this one up easily. How's everyone feeling then? It's still in. Sub to me, please do. Please do that. Important to me. It's still 0-0. There is just oh hello. Chase Ioma, but White. Ioma wins the header. It's gone out to the side. But Steeler went out for a throw in. Am I lagging again? I am lagging again. Jones into the box, cleared well by Ioma. I'm watching it here and it looks like I'm lagging again. I don't know if I am properly lagging. I'm going to just leave that there. Yeah, I think I'm lagging again. Just turn the Wi-Fi on that fully off. What else is plugged in? Nothing, apparently. Right, are we back? I apologise for that, everyone. My Wi-Fi box just turned itself completely off. Can everyone see me and hear me fine? Please do let me know. I don't have a clue what's happened there. I've looked at my screen and I'm black. Nothing's there. Can everyone hear me again? Nathan, are you still here? Can you hear me? Please do let me know. I hope the Wi-Fi is back on. Whew, don't have a clue what happened there. Please do let me know you can hear me and see me right now. Nathan, yes, you can. Cheers, mate. Once again, I'm sat here looking at the screen, ready to look at your comments, and it's cutting me out completely. Still feeling nervous. We're getting dominated as well, and we can't get past the defence. Really scary. Yeah, it is, mate. Every time you get near there, it seems to stop. But Sunderland still the better side. I think Lincoln are looking better going forward. Sunderland the better side. Here comes O'Neill into the box, left-footed, blocked by Ioma, who should bring this away. He does. He kicks it clear. Instead of trying to run it, he just boots it, and it's back all the way to Flanagan. Flanagan outright to Max Power. Max Power brings it over halfway on the right-hand side. McGeady. McGeady brings it all the way from right to left. What's he going to do? He passes it out to McFadden. What's he going to do with it? Nothing. Knock it back to McGeady. No surprises there. You don't want to get worried. McGeady, right-footed cross. Ioma pushes Boyk out of the way, and Bursic will catch that and slow it down. We slow the play down for no reason. Yeah, Nathan, I agree with you. I mean, some of your players, like McGeady, quick. He's quick. Boom, boom, boom. We get it done quickly. Jones is the same. He wants to get it forward. But as soon as your players seem to have no options, they're like, nah, I'm not going to run, mate. I don't need to run. I'm just going to stop. I'm going to have a look backwards. That's going to annoy everyone. Come on, you can win red and white. Who's red and white? They're both red and white. Is it the team playing currently in red and white, which is Lincoln? Or is it Sunderland? Because Lincoln are currently in red and white. Sunderland are in blue, pretty much. Lincoln's kit is actually really nice. Not buying it, but it's really nice kit. If it was less than 20 quid, I might actually have to buy one. And Nathan, if you go up, I'll buy a Sunderland shirt, mate. Don't know if you heard that. If Sunderland do make it up into the Championship, I'll buy a Sunderland shirt. Because why not? That's what I mean, Nathan. We're both red and white. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know if he means the team currently playing in red and white, which is Lincoln, or Sunderland, who are actually red and white as well. But it's one of you, Nathan. It'll be one of your teams. But how will we know which one? Lincoln then have the ball. It is how me and Dad saw it, though. It is quite a cagey encounter. I think a goal would change it completely. But at the minute, it's still very, very cagey. No side really wants to just throw everything forward for it. Jack Grealish is back fit for Villa today, meaning he will be fit for the Euros as long as he doesn't get another injury. Let's go look at Sunderland's Twitter, see what their fans are saying. I know, Nathan, you're here, but I want to see what their fans are saying, other than you, mate. Let's have a look. Great work. Slowest counter-attack I've ever seen. It's like watching a pre-season match. A good video for next year is ranking each League One team's home and away kits. I will be doing that, mate. Of course, there's another one for every team's stadium as well. But of course, I can't make these videos until I know which teams are going to be here, which teams aren't going to be here. So that's one for the summer again. Plenty of videos lined up for next summer. One of the 4 teams in the playoffs will not be featuring anymore. Oh, great work by Lincoln there to the midfield. Here comes Johnson. Johnson has the ball. He's going to hit it right-footed. Oh, it's in the post! Nathan, mate. Johnson has just gone onto his right foot. Hit one across goal. Burge, I think, left that. Great play by Lincoln. He gets out to the right-hand side for Johnson. Takes a few touches to set himself. Goes onto his right foot. Burge dives, can't get there. It bobbles and hits the post. O'Neill has got it out, but very nearly 1-0. Corner whipped in, won by Lincoln, I think, and it's gone out for another corner. Sunderland Stadium top, obviously, then Pompey second. I won't rank them. I'll just do like a box standard list. So I'll just make a video with some music over the top of it, and then just every stadium, when it was built, attendance, things like that. Kits one will be ranking, though, yeah. Of course. Right, whipped in by Sunderland. Oh, header by Lincoln. He looks to head it towards the goal. It kind of just skims off his head and goes out for a goal kick, but near the corner flag.
McFadden needs to be subbed off. Thing is, mate, you could say that, but who's going to play at left back? Who's going to play at left back? That's the problem. I just don't think he can be subbed off. He's been shocking. Like even in this clip for the shot at the post, McFadden is a left back and he's nowhere to be seen. Scowen's the closest one to left back and he's the right centre mid. Blackpool going through, I think, is fast guy. Yeah, I think everyone thinks that. I mean, I'll give Lincoln and Sunderland a good chance. I think Blackpool are in the final pretty much now. They can't obviously go into the second leg think, we're there, cushy, done. They do still have to play to win the next game or at least draw it. But yeah, I think one of these two teams still has a chance if they go through because it is pot luck. But Scully down the right, whipped into the box across goal. No one wins it. O'Neill at the far post manages to get it away. Power then skips round one, but Lincoln come in and win it off of him. White has dropped deep here. Ioma brings him down. Go through at the back, O'Neill and back a centre back. To be fair, that worked better than McFadden, but then I don't know whether three at the back will work in a game like this where Lincoln are loving using their wide players. I mean, Scully's just skipped round McFadden again. And a touch from anyone there would have seen that in. If Hopper just slides in, that's 1-0. And it is as simple as that. Ball forward then. Not won it. What's going on here? I can't even work it out at the moment. Monsma gets it forward. Hopper flicks it on to no one. Well, I say no one. Flanagan clears it up. Passes it back to his centre-back partner, who gets it forward to Power. Plays a 1-2 back to him. Out to O'Neill at right back. Out to Jamie Jones. Jamie Jones has brought it back and then run through the middle. He's going through here is Jamie Jones. He's brought down, but fairly, according to the referee. Lincoln will bring it forward. Awful pass from them, which Scowen intercepts. Pass it over to Max Power, the player that just reminds me of Lee Cattermole more every day. Bridcut comes in and nicks it off Jamie Jones. And then another very strong challenge comes in from Scowen. He just comes in and smashes it. And it was going out for a goal kick, but Bursick has kept that one in. A player that I'd love to replace McGillivray at Pompey when McGillivray inevitably does leave. O'Neill then brings it forward down the middle. It's out to the right-hand side. It's back in. Spurs getting beat 2-1 by Villa. Really? Are they actually? Let's have a look. I do believe you, Nathan, but I want to have a look for myself, just in case they're not, so just in case to see who scored. They are getting beat 2-1 by Villa. Bergwijn put them 1-0 up, and then Reguilon and Watkins, Reguilon own goal, made it 2-1. And I think we will type that in along the bottom as well after this attack. Here comes, deflected. That was a Gooch shot, right-footed from outside the box, deflected out for a corner. Premier League scores up then, shall we? In the meantime, there will be a corner. Gooch. But in then, looking for the back post, doesn't get there. Lincoln do clear it to Max Power, who thinks one back in. Bursick and White go for it. Bursick wins it, gets it past Gooch, wins a free kick. In case anyone does care, there's the Premier League latest scores on the bottom. Everton 0, Wolves 0, Newcastle 0, Sheffield 0, and Tottenham 1, Aston Villa 2. Alex Palmer, one of the best keepers in the league, 56 appearances, 21 clean sheets for Lincoln this season. He's injured for today, unfortunately. 5 minutes to go of this half. Up the imp says CB. Hope you do well, mate. This is the best game you've watched this week. In terms of entertainment, most likely. Blackpool v Oxford was decent. The Championship one, it wasn't as good as this. It was decent, but not as good as this one has been. But yeah, I probably would say this one has been. Bit of a mix-up from the two defenders there of Lincoln, but it will be a foul. I don't have a clue what for. but it is a foul, which is taken quickly by Johnson. It's back to Bridcut. Bridcut then to Ioma. Ioma out to the left back position where George Grant is. Jones is battling for it, but George Grant has got there, won a free kick. Should have just played the advantage, the ref should have. George Grant plays it forwards. Then it's back to George Grant. Back inside his own half on the left-hand side. That's Ioma. There's going to be a red card in this game. I reckon there will be, mate. I genuinely do. The way this game's going, it'd be more likely for there to be one than not to be one. Good work by Lincoln down the right-hand side, but Scowen comes in and intercepts it back to McFadden, who passes it across to Power. Power turns straight into danger where Hopper is, and Bridcut wins the next challenge. It's going to be a foul as well. Gooch fouling Bridcut a bit late. Not intentional late challenge, but it was a late challenge, so nothing he can do about that. Lincoln have now gone 4-3-3. They were 4-5-1. I think it's a mixture of the two, the formation they're playing. Flicked on by Hopper to no one. And then launched forward towards Wyke. Wyke battling with Monsma. It's going to be a free kick against Monsma for Charlie Wyke. Bit uncertain why that was a free kick. It was more of a foul on Monsma. Monsma kind of just fell over Wyke. Good play from Wyke, though, to win that free kick. He's being smart. He knows what he's doing with it. Let's see how this one ends up. It's a free kick. McGeady will take it. Right then. This is no doubt going to be ending up on Wyke's head, or at least aiming for Wyke's head. Right, McGeady then steps over it. McGeady, right foot from the left-hand side, whipped in towards the box. Bobbles around a bit, but Lincoln do get it clear. Gooch heads it up rather than back in. Up to Jones. Jones out to the left for McGeady. McGeady turns back inside onto his right. Deflected by Johnson, and then eventually is headed away. Max Power is there, though. Still inside Lincoln's half. It's pinned inside Lincoln's half at the moment. Smashed over towards Jamie Jones. Jamie Jones will bring this inside. That's not Jamie Jones, that's Josh Scowen. Scowen across to 09. 09 will now pass it across to Jamie Jones. What can he do with it? Whip it into the box, that's what he can do. Ioma, though, is there and hoops it up and away. And then George Grant gets it even further away. Scully looking to keep it in, but can't. And it will be a throw-in to Sunderland. The Mackham still not getting that elusive first goal, neither side doing it. But Sunderland will probably be happy with this first half performance, just needing to be a bit more in the attacking third. Lincoln are probably the opposite, need to be a bit more strong in midfield and defence. They're a bit good in the attacking third. Shot from outside the box. Good attempt. Gooch with the left-footed attempt there. I'm just going to watch it back and describe it. O'Neill plays it forward to Gooch. He lets it run through his legs. Left-footed touch onto his left foot. Hits it across goal. It can't be more than an inch away from that far post. It's Jordan Jones. Have I been saying Jamie Jones? Oh, sorry, Joe. Jamie Jones, that kid from the BBC books, isn't he? It is Jordan Jones. I don't know why I keep saying Jamie Jones. It's Jamie Jones is in the kids' books. It is Jordan Jones. You're not wrong. I'm evidently stupid and very tired. That's what that is. Thanks for correcting me. I would have kept talking about the cartoon character. Well, Jordan Jones then. It's down the line in search of Wyke. Bounces out for another Sunderland throw-in down this left wing. Jamie Jones. Call him JJ, most Sunderland fans do. Fair enough. Well, at least I know now. I don't know why I keep calling him, because even I know it's Jordan Jones. I don't know why I kept saying Jamie Jones. Monsma pushing Wyke off the pitch here. It's lofted in towards Wyke, battling with Monsma. Monsma wins the battle, and it's headed away. Power then turns around. 3 minutes added on here. Looking like it's going to be 0-0 at half-time. Scowen brings it down the left, passes it to McGeady, who nips round his man. Scully does hold him back, and that'll be a free kick to Lincoln down the left flank. No doubt going to be another McGeady ball into the box. McGeady does well to nip round Scully. Scully just grabs him, doesn't let him through. Could be a yellow card. Don't think it's going to be. It's not a great challenge. McGeady then, what's he going to do with this one? Charlie White is, of course, the aim again. Montsma and Ioma are around him, making sure it doesn't end up on his head. Here we go. Charlie White knows where he wants it. McGeady, right-footed. Oh, he's headed away. When's the next Pompey bid coming out? I heard Moises from Peterborough been offered to us. Yeah, I wouldn't take him. The next one's most likely going to be the first episode of the season review, which could be out tomorrow, could be out Friday. Of course, these streams are keeping me back a little bit. Tomorrow there won't be a stream. Friday I'll be back at Fratton Park, James. There'll be another video, ground hopping for that. Probably about midday. McGeady into the box. McGeady right footed, sends it into orbit over the bar. But the next proper video, I'm hoping I'll get it out tomorrow. If not, it will be Friday. Other than that, Saturday I'm at work again. There'll be live streaming all night. Sunday there'll be a Pompeycast live stream in the evening, hopefully. There'll be another ground topping video out on Monday. And then there'll be videos back out properly next week, midweek, leading up to the playoff finals. Then work again, depending on how that goes. I'll schedule the videos around that. Tom Hopper battles with Flanagan. Hopper wins it. Flanagan, though, can get it clear. Lofted forward towards White. White spins Montsma, but gets a free kick. Does Lewis Montsma because of the tackle by Charlie White wasn't deemed clean enough. It's going to be 0 at half time, I reckon, here. Can't see there being a goal before then. Just cannot see it happening. Right, Bursic will take this free kick. Can't be more than 30 seconds left of this half. It's taken long in search of George Grant. Max Power beats him out there. Looks for Charlie White. Ioma beats him for that one. Eden is out on the left. And then we just head up to Power. Two men come to press him but cannot win it off of him. Up to McGeady. McGeady up to looking for Scowen. Ioma's there though. Rogers then tries to get it forward. Power's in his way. 09 will bring it forward. Checks back and passes it back to McFadden. Are you streaming on Twitch tonight? No, Nathan, I can't get it done. I have quite a bit of homework to do, unfortunately. Which means I won't be able to stream on Twitch tonight. Which is very annoying. But we'll probably Twitch streams next week, mate. When there's less football on to stream. So we'll stream on Twitch then instead. There might be a test one at the weekend, though. At some point, maybe. Maybe for we'll see. I will let you guys know in advance. That is half time. It is Sunderland 0, Lincoln City 0. At the break, hopefully Dad will rejoin us. But how are you feeling after that half, Sunderland fans, Lincoln fans? How are you feeling? Sunderland probably been the better side, in my opinion, anyway. But just no way of breaking down Lincoln. Lincoln as a unit, strong as ever. And I have no doubt they'll be holding on for dear life until the end. How's the game? It's a good game. Sunderland probably the better attacking team. Sunderland probably the better team. Lincoln probably the better attacking team. So Lincoln are getting closer, but not as often. Sunderland are getting there quite a lot, but not as close. 116 subs. Cheers for the update. That's always lovely to see. Thank you all for the support. If you are subscribing, it means a lot to me, as always. Newcastle winning day, Josh bastards. Nathan, if you win though, we won't care about that. It's fair enough anyway, aren't they? And they are indeed beating Sheffield United 1-0. Joe Willock again. Get him on that plane to the Euros, is what I would be saying if he was a bit older and a bit more experienced. Yes, it is 1-0 to Newcastle. Not wrong. I hope we get Pigott or Dion Charles. Pompey, Fitness, James. I hope we get bloody both of them, mate. I'd rather Dion Charles because he's class. But equally, Pigott is a good striker. Keep us updated, says Nathan. Mate, I will. I'll let you know. I'll give you a text and I'll let you know. And I will. I'll always let you know when I can. I'm hoping Dad would rejoin us here so we can talk about what he thought of that first half. Because Dad has watched the game. I'm hoping Dad's enjoyed the game, or at least actually been paying attention, ready to discuss it. Come on then, Dad. Dad is here. We're here. Feeling nervous like I have all the game. I have. First team has me on edge. Mate, you'd have me on edge, you know. But Dad is back. Actually, 1 second. Nathan, don't kill me, but I like Newcastle. I like Sunderland as well, but yeah, I'd like to see both teams doing well. That's a weird one. It's like me saying I like Southampton to do well. But anyway, Dad, thoughts on that first half overall?
Well, Lincoln have been the far better side. Offered more threat going forward. Had a great chance where the keeper tipped it around the post, even though he got a goal kick for it. Yes, Sunderland for me have been quite poor, really.
Really?
I think they've been quite poor. I think Lincoln are the better side. I don't know what game you're watching, Blake, but Lincoln for me are the better side.
Thing is, I know why you're saying that. 1 minute. You're saying that because Lincoln have had more chances, whereas I'm saying Sunderland are the better team because they're controlling the ball better. Sunderland seem a lot more composed when they get it. Lincoln seem to just want to let them onto them and go boom. And Lincoln are having the chances, but if you don't make them count, they're pointless. Who's been your standout performer so far? I'll be back in 1 second. Who's been your standout performer so far? I'll be back in 1 second. Just discuss with them who you think your standout player has been.
Well, I don't think anyone's had a great game, individually wise. But I just think Lincoln look far more up for it, and far more offer so much more attack in the attacking third than Sunderland have. McGeady still looked pretty decent touches. White really for me hasn't even been in the game. He's at the Cats.
He's come back to say hello again. Say hello?
Yeah.
Hello. How's everyone doing?
Is this a wildlife show or a podcast about football?
Bit of both.
Animal Planet. It's not a football show. It's Animal Planet.
Anyway, you were saying?
Yeah. I don't think anyone particularly has had an outstanding game. I thought White hasn't really been in the game. Charlie White hasn't really offered a lot. Fair enough, he hasn't had. McGeady's had some good touches.
Yeah.
But going forward, Sunderland have got to certainly make a lot more of a threat to their goal, because for me, they're not really. Don't get me wrong. If they draw 0-0, I'll still make them favourites to go through. But at the moment, I think Lincoln look far more the likely side to score. Yeah,
it depends if they come out this second half, though, doesn't it, ultimately? If Sunderland come out and attack them, then it could be game over. Personally, I hope Blackpool get promoted, says James. Sunderland pushed that towards the end of the season. Yeah. What's your cat's name? Mine's Kevin. He's wanting to jump. Mine is Smokey. We have Bandit as well. Smokey and the Bandit. So, don't think get promoted. Also, they're renowned bottle jobs. Yeah, Nathan's made that clear. He knows his team is. What are you doing behind there? Hello. So the cat has decided that he wants to go behind the curtain. Dad, so I know you've mentioned it slightly, but do you still see Sunderland get promoted, as you said they would?
Yeah.
You still think they go up?
Well, you've got to take. I mean, they haven't played well in the first. They haven't played. What's that noise?
There goes a helicopter.
Oh dear.
Continue.
Right, they haven't played well in the first half, but in the day it's still 0-0. Both sides have had to make one substitution apiece for injuries. But Sunderland, I don't think they're playing for a draw, but they certainly haven't affected the final third anywhere near as much as what I thought they would do when we talked about this at the start, the pre-game.
Yeah, agreed. Who do you think will get promoted to the Championship next season? Right, so this is going to sound ridiculously biased when I say this, but Pompey, I think, will get promoted automatically. I think it'll be Pompey and Sheffield Wednesday. We'll get automatics. And then I think whoever loses the playoffs will go up next season in the playoffs, or at least be there. I think. Am I frozen?
Like, the only way we're going up, mate, is we need to actually start signing about 11 or 12 players who are actually half decent. Because at the moment, we ain't going to have any players.
But I think we will.
We'll see.
I think we will, though, because we've got rid of loads of people. I do apologise again if I'm lagging. I think I am.
So
Once again, there's not much I can do about that. Go on.
So you're the one that's lagging tonight, not your dad.
Yeah, for once. It makes a change, doesn't it? I have nothing connected to the internet. It's just decided it wants to be slow. Can Paul Cook turn Ipswich around? Dad, go on. You can say that first. Do you think Paul Cook can turn the Tractor Boys around?
Well, by the sound of it, he's getting rid of blooming half the squad, maybe more. He's obviously got finances available to him to reinvest
with the new ownership.
In the squad, with new ownership, probably more than Portsmouth, because our owners don't want to spend a penny. And I understand that to a certain degree because of COVID-19. That's why I worry about us next year, because we're not offering our goalie, who is, for me, is class, an improved contract. We're trying to offer players contracts at reduced terms. So for me, that's a worrying sign. It's a worrying sign for me.
I'm just going to stop this quickly, Dad. F1 Football Fan has said the quality's bad, saying it's fine now. It's because there is a storm outside. I don't know if you can hear it or see it. It's thunder. I think there's a bit of lightning a minute ago, and it is pissing it down. So that the wireless connection in this house is going down a bit because of the storm. So I do apologise for any of that, and it's shaking a little bit. I'm going to keep going. Hopefully it doesn't turn off again. But anyway, right, Dad. We'll go away from Ipswich now. Do you think whoever goes up this season in the playoffs, do you think they'll stay up?
The only team that I think will stay up, if they do go up, is Sunderland.
Because of investment, I'm guessing you're going to say.
Investment, big. Don't forget, a team like Sunderland is going to attract better players automatically, you'd think, in the Championship than Blackpool, Lincoln and Oxford. That's a no-brainer. They're going to.
What? By far?
By far. So, for me, the other three would struggle to stay in the Championship. I think Lincoln, don't get me wrong, they're not like Wycombe maybe, but I think the other three would struggle to stay in the Championship.
Stupid cat. Yeah, sorry, my cat decided it wants to use my room as a climbing frame.
But then again, Blake, you got to look at teams like Barnsley. They're in the Championship playoffs.
Exactly.
So, stranger things have happened. But
yeah, it's football. As I said, it's football. Very weird things happen.
I mean, the transfer market is going to be very interesting this summer. What sort of money not so much at Premier League level, but at Championship level, League One level, what sort of money are these players going for? What's the wages being offered? Because I agree, like with our club, to a certain degree, you've got no fans, you've got no income. So how could... At the end of the day, Portsmouth Football Club failed. We didn't get into the playoffs. We didn't get promotion. So I wouldn't be giving people contracts with better money because they failed at the end of the day.
I agree.
But at the same time,
what?
Offering a player reduced wages.
Yeah, reduced isn't fair.
That shows to me a complete lack of ambition, and that worries me going forward. Because I'm going to stop you, but if you say like the contract was, we can give you the new 2-year deal, which is in your contract, at an increased wage, I'd say, okay, fair enough, don't let them sign that. But don't then go into the deals and go, oh yeah, you are going to have less next season though. You can have the same. Well, I think Craig McGilvray snap up that opportunity. He said he wants to stay. He said he don't want more money. He said he just wants what he has. I still worry about the way our football club's being run. I know this is you're doing a live stream about complete. I think we lack a lot of ambition. I don't expect us to go out and spend £4 or £5 million on a player. That's not going to happen. But
you put it towards wages at least, though.
To me, we, in my opinion, for the last since we sold Clark and Lowe.
Right.
So for the last 2 seasons, we've showed complete lack of ambition. Our top
Yeah, sorry,
signing is
my
John
text.
Marquis. John Marquis, he cost £1 million. He's an absolute
Shocking.
pony.
Ellis Harrison cost 750 grand, including add-ons.
Well, he's
Shocking.
shit as well. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just quickly, Dad, I don't want to go too far ahead of comments. It was raining here now. It's got in Bedhampton, around 20 minutes away from Pompey. That's literally about 5 minutes down the road from you, isn't it, Bedhampton, Dad?
So we got the Animal Channel and now the weather forecast going on.
Pompey, James, I worry too. Next year will be competitive. But like I said, Pompey, Sunderland, Ipswich, Sheffield Wednesday, and then those overperforming smaller clubs like Lincoln, like Accrington, Rotherham, Wickham. Yes, mate, definitely. Rotherham have got a new grand spanking new stadium though. Well, in the last few years, anyway. What are you doing? So my cat just doesn't like my setup. Obviously, he's going about destroying it. The two clubs are back out now, though, Dad. What do you think is going to happen in the second half?
Well, I hope for a better game. To be fair, I hope Sunderland try and attack a bit more. And actually,
Go on.
is that Ruben?
Shout, play up, Pompey. Go on. There's no one there. Don't worry. Just say play up, Pompey.
Play up, Pompey.
Good boy.
Good boy.
Who's going to win, Sunderland or Lincoln?
You.
I'm going to win. Is it going to be a draw?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a draw. All right, go on then. Go to bed. That's what you're supposed to be.
I need a
Go to the toilet then. Right, he thinks it's going to be a draw. We think it's going to be a draw. Dad, what do you think is going to happen in the second half?
Well, I think Sunderland have got to come out with a bit more ambition and actually try and at least win the game, create some chances, because they haven't done so far. But to be honest, I think Sunderland would take a 0-0 draw going to the second leg. But
Yeah. So do I.
at the moment, I think Lincoln are by far and away the better team. So hopefully in the second half, Sunderland start turning it on and play like how they can.
Yeah, I'm saying Wednesday and Pompey automatics. Rotherham through in the playoffs. Dad, thoughts on that while I go and close my door quick? Do you agree with him? Wednesday and Pompey to get promoted automatically next season with Rotherham up in the playoffs. Do you agree or do you disagree?
I disagree. The way Portsmouth's going at the moment, we'll be lucky to finish in the top half. Unless there's a fundamental change in recruitment, getting decent players in, we're way off. I don't even think, at the moment, as we sit today, we'll be lucky to finish in the top half. Unless there's fundamental investment in the team. Because I don't think these owners, the owners, have got any ambition at all.
No, I'd struggle to disagree with that. Anis, I think it's been finished 0-0 as I got the Oxford game right last night. You did, actually. You did. Blackpool to go up this season. Yeah, I think Blackpool. Dad thinks Oxford. Dad thinks Sunderland. We both think Oxford are dead and buried now. But the second half is about to begin. Dad, final prediction then, before the second half begins.
I think it'll be 1-0.
All right. Well, join me at full time then, Dad, and we'll talk about how it's finished. And I will see you in 45 minutes' time.
See you in a bit, mate.
Right, well, Dad has gone. Dad let his opinions known. The second half is underway. Then Lincoln will get this one started. I'm going to see if there's been any substitutions before we go through the lineups for the second half. How are we feeling? Fans of football, fans of Lincoln, fans of the Mackhams. Everton beating Wolves now as well. Big result for them. Let's have a look, see if there's been any subs. Don't think there has been. But you can never be sure, can you? Lincoln getting this one off straight away, attacking. They're going straight at Sunderland then. Going to find out if there's been any more subs. I can't really see at the moment. I genuinely don't think there has been. But with this kind of league, you can never be sure. There's something that just goes under the radar, doesn't it? But we'll wait and we'll see to make sure. I genuinely don't think there's been any subs. Continuing with the teams everyone had in the first half. And that is correct. So we'll go through them now before we read the comments. Lincoln's team for this second half. Joe Bursick in goal. Paul Ioma, Eden. And then the substitute, Montsma at the back. Bridcut, Rogers and Grant in midfield with... Bridcut, Rogers, Grant, Scully and the other one in midfield with Hopper leading the line. Grant will take this free kick now, actually, before we go through the Sunderland team. We'll see this free kick. Grant will take it right-footed from the left, in swinging. It's going to be won by Sunderland. Up directly in the air, and Burge comes and claims it. Sunderland's team then, as Lee Burge has stopped that one. Burge is in goal. McFadden, Flanagan, Wright and O'Neill make up a back four. Power and Scowen in a two defensive midfielder formation. McGeady, Gooch and Jones across in the attacking midfield positions with White leading the line. Been quite quiet today. I say that. Gooch comes forward out to the right for Jordan Jones. Then he comes inside onto his left foot. Jordan Jones strikes this towards goal. What a save by Joe Bursick. Tips it onto the crossbar. That's the closest either side have come so far. Jordan Jones cutting inside from the right onto his left foot. He goes round Eden, he goes round Ioma, and then strikes one to the near post. Joe Bursick down to his left, tips it onto the crossbar. Save of the day, that. What a save. I agree with that. Peter was on his way speaking publicly. They're getting to the top. Very passionate comments, but I was just going to Twitter and say, play it, Pompey. They do, mate. The funniest thing about that all is that yesterday someone went, is Isa link of no, it was, they tagged him and went, 1 minute, this is going to be whipped in by McGeady from the corner, right-footed. It's headed, that should have been 1-0. I don't even know who won that. Free header by Sunderland there, ricochets back off the crossbar. You've got to be scoring them in the playoffs. Jordan Jones does bring it back into the box, so down the right-hand side. He checks back, plays it to McGeady. Sunderland starting this second half with a much brighter side. Power gets it onto his right foot, and he slowed it down straight away. But yeah, so they tagged the Peter Barona and said, have we offered for Marquis? And he retweeted it and went, have we? Look, we just, no chance. F1 football fan, 817 subs. Love that from everyone subscribing. Into the box, Charlie White knocks it, tries to knock it back anyway to Gooch, but doesn't reach Gooch and hoofed away. Nathan, we're getting so unlucky at the moment. Yeah, you are, mate. I said that really sarcastically because I'm looking for something. But yeah, no, you are. And I don't think I've seen a side get more unlucky recently. You're doing everything right. Sorry, you're doing everything right apart from putting it in the net. You know, great save from Joe Bursick for the first one, winning the corner, and then from the corner, it was the Aussie centre back who won it. Headed it straight into the crossbar powerfully, but a long throw will come in here. It is thrown long. It is won by Lincoln, flicked across by Lincoln, actually, quite funnily. And it will be a free kick that Joe Bursick will take for Lincoln. 3.5 minutes gone of this first half. Bailey Wright's header coming the closest, as well as Jordan Jones's effort. Bailey Wright's got to be putting them in the back of the net. Free header. Keeper rooted. Defence not moving. Bang. Crossbar. If he gets that an inch or two lower, goal. Oh, I feel bad for him, but it's football, isn't it? You've got to be taking your chances when you get them. Eden gets it forward, Hopper goes to jump and just leaves it accidentally. How do we not score there, man, Nathan, mate? These are the chances that will come back to haunt you. This is what happened to us against you in the playoffs at home. I know it was the second leg, so it's slightly different. Rogers shakes off Max Power into the box on the left, cuts onto his right, looks to cut back onto his left. Can't, and then it's cleared away. But yeah, so like when we played you beat us 1-0 at your ground, which was fair. We had some good chances as well in that game, but didn't batter you. We got you at home. I think, to be fair, we did batter you at home. We hit the crossbar, your keeper saved it. We did everything apart from put the ball in the back of the bloody net, so we lost. That's what I think could happen here if Sunderland aren't careful. They've got to get one of these chances in. This is what Lincoln had in the first half. They didn't score. And that's what's come back to bite them now as Sunderland are battering them. White then chests it down looking for Gooch. Gooch beats Bridcut to it, but he fouls him. And that will be a Lincoln free kick. Yeah, our keepers played really well on the two legs. They did, mate. Thing is, without those keepers, so you didn't have McLaughlin, we didn't have McGilvray. We had two bog standard League One keepers. That could have been you 3-2 in the first leg and us 4-2 in the second leg. Very easily. Because everyone was just saving set. Like, I think you battered us at your ground, well, I think you played better than us at your ground, and then we battered you at our ground. So in terms of what was the best performance, our performance against you at home was the best, but yours is better because you won 1-0 and we drew 0-0. So it's not great, but we still haven't won a playoff game, so I don't think we've gone through here. Scully into the box, pulls it back to George Grant. What a save by... What a save by the goalkeeper there of Sunderland. Into the box now. George Grant looks to get it across goal. He does. It's in! Lincoln have taken the lead. Tom Hopper has got the goal. Lincoln City, against all odds and against the run of play in this half, have taken the lead against the Mackhams. It's Lincoln 1, Sunderland 0. Oh dear. Oh dear. Sunderland fans, what's happened? It's simple as well. Great save from Burge off of George Grant's initial shot. Bridge cutters to get back in. George Grant has another shot. It's deflected off, I think, O'Neill. No, it's deflected off Bailey Wright. Tom Hopper is there completely unopposed. Finishes it into pretty much an empty net at the back post. Lee Burge is there, but there's nothing he can do about it. Hopper grabs himself a goal, and Sunderland fans will be kicking themselves. They've had the chances. They just haven't had the finishing touch. And it is Hopper with the goal, and it is the 52nd minute. Sunderland trail 1-0. Well, that was unexpected. Nathan, how are you, mate? Sunderland to get straight back in this. Jordan Jones with the cross. It's gone too high, though, and over. Oof. That's not good for Sunderland. That's not good news. It's not what they would have wanted. But it's what's happened. And unfortunately, Sunderland fans, that's how football is. It's cruel. And ultimately, you don't get given decisions. You don't finish your chances off. And that's what happens. That's going to go up there. Trying to get it out of shot. Really pissed off, not going to lie. Joe, what were you saying at half-time, fella? Joe, are you a Lincoln fan? Because I said Sunderland were... What did I say at half-time? I think I said Sunderland were better, Lincoln were better going forward. Which is it's pretty much been the same this half. Sunderland have been the better side, but Lincoln have put a ball in the back of the net. Joe, are you a Lincoln fan then? I suppose you must be. How you feeling, mate? I'm guessing you're very happy. I mean, if you're a Lincoln fan, you'd be happy. If you're a Sunderland fan, you'd be a bit annoyed, wouldn't you? Don't forget Lincoln have fans then, and Sunderland don't. Home advantage with no away fans. Yeah, mate, definitely. We said when they Oxford had home advantage yesterday, and they lost. So flicked on from the free kick by Sunderland. I don't know what's happened there. He's decided not to keep it in, and it's gone out, and it's going to be a Lincoln goal kick. Motivation, yeah, that's what's missing. Joe, Imps fan, mate, and over the moon. Not surprised, Joe, mate. Michael Appleton, what a job he's done. Danny Cowley set it going. Michael Appleton's come in and he's done a fantastic job in his own right. It's a poor goal to concede, though. I think you'll agree, Joe. From a Sunderland perspective, Bridcut's just walked through half of them. George Grant's not been pressed down. He's hit it across the goal. There's no one tracking Hopper, and Hopper's just tapped it into the back post. And it's as simple as that. And it's 1-0. And what more can you do about it? Nothing. You know what? I'm going to put this on the stream up here, because that way I can tell if I'm freezing or not. Right, let's put that there. Let's not do that. I'm not even connected to the Wi-Fi. That's not very smart. Still another leg yet, mate. Don't get too excited. There's still ages left in this game. Nathan, that's what I'm saying to you, mate, as well, is don't get your head too down. There's still plenty of time left in not just this game, but the whole fixture. In terms of the fact you've got 10,000 fans in on Saturday, and that could play a dividend. There's still 35 minutes minimum left of this game, plus then whatever is added on. So, you know, anything can happen. I said 1-1, and that could still happen. Dad, Paul, has said Sunderland looked decent before they scored. They did then. They did. That's what I was saying. It's pretty much carbon copy of the first half. Sunderland controlling the play, and in this half they actually managed to get it forward and do something with it, but just not score. And then and Lincoln at the other end, first attack of the half, and scored. They've got another corner now. Lol, epic fail. Sunderland. There is a player down with a head injury here. I don't know who that is. I don't know what's happened. I said 1-1, Nathan. So did I, mate. And if Sunderland could get a draw 1-1, from this position especially, they'd probably take it. All things considered, anyway. I think they'd take it, wouldn't they? It will be a corner then. George Grant to take right-footed in swinging. Let's see what you can do with it. Whipped in right-footed by George Grant to the back post. Instead of winning the header, Johnson just pushes, or Rogers just pushes. It'll be a free kick to Sunderland. It's Paul Nero that I just seem to have the same last name. That is my dad's YouTube channel. He's got no subscribers. It's just my dad. He's just got a Google account so we can keep up with this. So subscribe to him if you want to. That is my dad. I don't put any content on his channel, but that is him. And Nathan, it's his dad. Yeah, mate, it is. Right, it's gone forward. Flicked on by Charlie White to no one. Hoofed away by Eden. If I was a Sunderland fan right now, I'd be frustrated, to say the least. So they look at the Villa game. Apparently there was a penalty. Oh, yep. The Tottenham keeper who had killed Ollie Watkins. Not going to give him a spin. Jordan Jones then down the right wing, cuts back onto his left foot. That will be a free kick. Dangerous position as well if he can whip this one across. Probably will be McGeady to take. No more goals in the Premier League apart from Everton taking the lead. Lincoln versus Oxford final, says Billy. Obviously, you are an Oxford fan, mate. If you manage to pull the comeback off, Jesus. If you can pull that off, mental. Absolutely mental. There won't be a stream of that though, Billy, unfortunately. I'm at work. So I'll have to have a look after I finish at 10. So I'll have to have a look on my phone and see if Oxford have done it. Nathan, the ones I wanted to draw, we're not going to. Yeah, I'm watching the Newcastle United game. Oh, fair enough. Any good? Steve Harvey, come on, you imps. Whipped in by McGeady, headed back across. I think that may have clipped the crossbar. O'Neill's header, but it's gone. No, not in at all. Come on, you imps, says Steve. Good luck, mate. Hope you hold on. Billy, Lim's in the living room if you do it. I'm very much on edge of my seat right now, says Joe. Mate, I would be. Thing is, though, Joe, at least you have a lead. At least you're not a Sunderland fan who's kind of going, oh, come on, please. I don't want to lose again. Because even if you are going to stadium like with 10,000 fans, you take a 1-0 advantage, you know then that you have something already in your favour. You know from that point forward that it's in your hands. You could lose 1-0 at Stadium of Light and still be in it. You could draw at the Stadium of Light and you'd have it done. I think they did draw at the Stadium of Light in the other game. McGeady brings it forward to Wyke. Wyke plays it across, looking for Gooch. He does get onto his right foot, deflected. Joe Bursick will claim that one easily into his gloves and he'll go down, take as much time as he physically wants to with it. His third club of the season, Joe Bursick. Went out on loan to Peterborough, got promoted with them. Could he be going out on loan to Lincoln and get promoted with them? If Lincoln did it, it'd be pretty much a carbon copy of last year, wouldn't it? You have a big team in the playoffs, Sunderland. Last year was Pompey. You have Oxford in the playoffs again. And you have a team that you didn't expect to be in the playoffs, which was Fleetwood last season, Blackpool this season. And then a small club, which is Wickham last season, Lincoln this season. And the small club are the one that got promoted. So 2/3 of the way through in this game, Lincoln do hold the advantage. 1-0. The goal from Tom Hopper just over 7 minutes ago now in the 52nd minute. The difference between the two sides. Sunderland don't seem with it at the moment. Sunderland just do. They're not playing the football they played before the goal. It's just changed. Sunderland want to go forward more, but it's just sloppy at the moment. O'Neill's could be in a bit of trouble here. He's lost his head completely. There's a player in his way. I'm not sure which player that was, but O'Neill's just grabbed him and thrown him in front of him around and on the floor, and it will be a yellow card for the Sunderland right back. He deserves that as well. It's a silly foul to make. Silly foul to make. And that's a yellow card for Luke O'Neill. O'Neill, however you pronounce it. I don't know why he did that. So it's on the right. O'Neill is tussling with George Grant. He passes the ball and then just holds on to George Grant and throws him on the floor. And George Grant doing what he does best and staying down and winning it. I don't know why he's done that. It's just stupid from Luke O'Neill. But it will be a Lincoln free kick. An hour played. They take it short. George Grant on the ball again. George Grant forward. Tom Hopper slips. But it will get back to Montsman, who plays it across the Brid cut. Brid cut across to Rogers. Rogers will bring it down the left. What's he going to do with it? Out to the left even further for Eden. Eden checks back. He's into the box. Across to Hopper. To Rogers, who looks to shoot but goes miles wide. Out for a goal kick. Nathan, we need to chill out. We can't afford the player to get sent off. No, mate, you can't. That's one thing you got to be wary about. Like, yes, a 1-0 loss is bad, but 10 men and one of your first team players getting sent off, worse. especially if that would be Luke O'Neill, because you don't really have any players to replace him with. That'd be you a little bit buggered, mate. That would. But what can you do about it, hey? What can you do? It's not great, is it? But still plenty of time. 28 minutes of time left, plus whatever's added on, which I'm imagining will be quite a little bit forward then. And then hoofed away by Montsma out for a throw-in. Sunderland attacking down the left wing. Whew. Sunderland still down this left wing, whipped in towards the box, towards White. Montsma blocks it and gets it out towards the right back, and it is stopped. I don't know by who. Out for a Lincoln throw-in in their right back position. Sunderland still attacking. They're on the right-hand side now. Back to Bailey Wright. Bailey Wright turns. Plays it. He doesn't play it yet. Is he getting it though? He does. He plays it back to Lee Burge, the ex-Coventry City goalkeeper. Plays it then across to Flanagan. Flanagan plays the long ball out to the left. McGeady is free out there. Right back has got back in though. McGeady into the box onto his right foot. Thinks it in towards the box. Away by Bridgecut to Max Power. Blocked again. And Lincoln will look to hit on the counter-attack here. George Grant nearly falls over, but doesn't fall over. They don't rush to try and get it forward, which means Sunderland can get the ball off them. Here comes Jordan Jones. Jordan Jones through the middle. Passes it left to Gooch. To McGeady. McGeady into the box onto his right foot. He sits two players down. Shoots! Saved by Bursick again. Good save by Bursick there. Back into the box then. No one on the end of it. It will be a Sunderland corner. Have you seen the inquiries to the Cheltenham keeper? Yes, he's a West Brom goalkeeper. He was on loan at Cheltenham last season. It'd be a good signing, actually. He would. Take that down a little bit. That's better. It'd be a good signing, though, nonetheless. He would be a loan signing, though, apparently. He wouldn't be a, what's it called? Permanent one. There's the first can of Coke gone. Into the bin. And the second one is open. Bursick is injured, and if he stays injured and has to come off, it will be a debut for the 18-year-old goalkeeper of Lincoln. I don't think he will be coming off, though. He's having an energy bar. Unfortunate to lose McGilvray. He's cracking. He is, mate. Hopefully he does sign a contract, but can't see it happening personally. Apparently Watmore's set to be going as well. Whether he does or not. Again, how would I know? I'm not the man with a plan. I'm not the man doing the work, am I? I'm not the man behind the scenes. Anyway, this corner then for Sunderland. Who will be taking it? Any money is on McGeady. McGeady is not taking it. Jordan Jones is taking it. He'll take it right-footed, swinging it in. Let's see where this ends up then. Right-footed, in-swinger. Won by Charlie White. Well, a combination of him and Bailey Wright. But it doesn't go anywhere. Bridcut will pick the ball up and go towards the left. I don't know what the problem is. Who is down? Paul, the right back of Lincoln, is down injured. I don't know whether this is going to be a proper injury, but anyway. Jordan Jones with the best attack of Sunderland so far, pretty much, and Bailey Wright's header, but no fruit on the end of it. Right, sorry. I'm feeling McGilvray will leave, most likely. Hate to say it, but yeah. And I reckon he'll go Championship. Yeah, I can't see him going to League One unless they gets offered some stupid money. I just cannot see that happening. Lincoln celebrating with their fans getting shown again. I'm waiting to see if there's going to be any subs for injuries or not. Paul was down, but I think he's all right to carry on. Plenty of time will be added on in this game. I can assure you of that. You know what? I'm going to turn this up a little bit so people can actually hear it. There we go. Yeah, Paul or Hopper heads it away, but then Paul is underneath a pile of bodies and gets kind of clattered underneath them all, which is what he got injured from. But he won't be in the box to try and defend the next corner.
Just as you'd expect in a game.
What's going on here then? Subs for Sunderland. You said Maguire to be brought on. He won't be coming on in this sub anyway. Ledbetter will be coming on as one of them. I don't know who the other player is. Tom Hopper, chest sit down. I'll try and find out for you in a minute, Nathan. But Ledbetter will be coming on. Foul by Charlie White on Lewis Montsma. A good battle going on between them two players today.
You also mentioned Grant Ledbetter, a really experienced player, of course.
I heard about the Peterborough left back in Christ Portsmouth too. Yeah, Dan Butler. He's ex-Pompey. Dan Butler is. It'd be interesting to see that. Anyway, right, to see what these Sunderland substitutions are. Jordan Jones is coming off for. So Max Power and Jordan Jones off. Ledbetter and Stewart on. Sunderland, they good substitutions or are they not good substitutions? Is that I don't even think that's a change in anything. We're getting beat or bringing on a defensive midfielder and not an attacking midfielder. Like, yeah, Ledbetter's about 92 as well, isn't he? And then Stewart's a winger, the same as Jones is. So there's not even a tactical change there. It's just fresh legs. Hopper with a late challenge on Flanagan. Will be a free kick deep inside Lincoln's half. Sorry, Sunderland's half. Please do subscribe if you're new as well. It means a lot to me as always. Sunderland bring it over halfway. Crossfield pass by Scowen. Doesn't reach anyone. But eventually it does reach Stewart. And I think that was Montsma gets it clear. The only thing Ledbetter has is passion and good at pens. So if you win a pen, then it might be all right. Passion, I guess, is helpful at this period in the game, but you need attacking at the moment. But then I can see why Lee Johnson's done it. He doesn't want to throw everything forward now. If this was the second leg and he'd done that, and you were 1-0 down on aggregate or something, I'd be like, hold on a minute, what are you doing that for? We need to win. But in this, I can understand it. You just bring a bit of passion on someone that can show it for the shirt. Forward by Ledbetter, searching for Gooch. Doesn't get there. Eden clears it down the line. Ledbetter in there to win it. Bailey right across to Flanagan at the back. McGee did expends over Ledbetter. Oh, well. What did you bring him on for then? McGee is your penalty taker, I suppose. Gooch sends Eden the wrong way onto his right foot. Gooch into the box. White knocks it to McGee. McGee onto his left foot. Shoots just over the bar. Best chance of this half pretty much for McGee. But still not close enough. Gooch down the right. Good ball into the box. White knocks it down to McGee. McGee trying to find that top corner. He's about that far away from finding it. Just over the crossbar. It's getting better. Getting much better for McGee. Right, let's see. George Grant picks it well up onto his right foot. White comes in and nicks it. Gooch through Grant's legs. White over to Gooch towards the left-hand side. Montsma comes to win it. Fouls Gooch. Some good play here. Gooch then out to the right, searching for O'Neill, but it'll go too far and out for a goal kick. Foul against Liam Bridcut, and Liam Bridcut will go into the book for that. Has anyone got a live stream link for the game? I have not. I'm just watching it on Sky. Liam Bridcut killed Charlie White off the ball. Didn't even see that. but it will be a yellow card for him. 19 minutes of normal play to go, plus whatever's added on. Sunderland, the better team at the moment, but we said that before the goal. What will happen in the last few minutes? It'll be interesting, that's for sure.
Right. It's it long, looking for White. Cleared by Montra.
Down the left wing, Sunderland attack, and they have a throw in here. What will come of it? It's thrown in. McGeady has it at his feet. Back out to Jones. Jones back to Scowen. Scowen up to McGeady on the left wing. McGeady onto his left foot. McGeady dinks it in towards the box. Just over the head of O'Nien.
Keep it alive.
To Scowen. Gooch into the box. Bursic catches it though.
It can cause problems, but it didn't for Bursic. They're going to start being more adventurous, aren't they?
It's been on Sunderland all half. They've one chance and scored it. Yeah, Nathan, that's the difference, mate, between you and them. They don't need the chances, but they put it in the back of the net. Sunderland are getting the chances, but not putting it in the back of the net. Attempt 15 to 11 in Sunderland's favour. Each having 3 of those on target. Lincoln more corners, Sunderland more possession as well. Sunderland dominating the stats, Lincoln dominating the actual stat that matters, which is goals. My bet needs 2 yellows. Alex, if that's in the game, overall, there's been 2 yellows. One for O'Neill and one for Bridcut. Unless it's 2 from now, I don't know. But there's been 2 in the game. Flanagan then over to Bailey Wright at the defence for Sunderland. Bailey Wright brings it over halfway. Out to O'Nien. O'Nien down the wing for Gooch. Gooch battles with Eden and wins it. O'Neill looks for early cross into the box. I don't even know what happened in the box there, but it's not gone in. It's eventually cleared by Monsma. I think that was Stewart who got in between the 2 defenders, but eventually the defenders for Lincoln got the better of him. Yeah, Ross Stewart got in front of Monsma, but neither of them touched it. The other Lincoln defender did it. Ross Stewart down the wing, deflected into the box. I think that was Gooch with the cross. Leadbitter went in strong on Lincoln there. That'll be a Lincoln free kick just outside their box. What a club. Lincoln making me 25 quid at the minute. Oh, have you got a bit on Lincoln to win then, have you? Eden not looking great at the moment. He's looking quite weak with the Lincoln left back.
Comes back out. Leadbitter too keen. They go and win it, just clips Brendan Johnson.
16 minutes now of normal time remaining. Of course, there could be anywhere between 1 and 10 minutes of added time, in my opinion.
In the end, Lieber slices his clearance out of play, and that's got the whole crowd going again. Just over a quarter of an hour remaining here, and Lincoln City have that vital 1-goal lead. Even to them by Tom Hopper.
You can hear the Lincoln fans now, they're getting happy. You can understand why as well.
In his last 13 appearances. And what a good time he chose to end that drought. Here goes Gooch.
I don't look sure of what they want to do. Gooch with a foul on Bridcut there. Isn't Gooch American? We'll get them back on Saturday. Sure you will, Nathan. Thing is, that's the thing, Nathan. You could lose 1-0, even if it does go. I don't think it will, but it could go 2-0 here. Sunderland still have that home advantage with 10k fans in on Saturday. Not saying it will happen, but it could. Great work in midfield by Scowen. White is through on goal here. White hits it. Not a very good shot. Bursic with the save. Offside though against White. I don't think he was offside though. But anyway, Gooch is American. Yeah, I thought he was. The chant you got for him was quite funny. You go, Gooch, which sounds like you're booing him. Offside against Charlie White there from that pass through when he was 1-on-1. He wasn't offside. It didn't matter anyway because the shot eventually ended up easily in Bursic's arm. The sun's in the linesman's eyes, which doesn't help him.
Going back to, I think they need a little bit more in that central midfield area.
Gooch! Lincoln press on the keeper. It's 2-0. Johnson makes it 2. What another awful goal to concede for Sunderland. What is going on? What an awful goal to concede. Johnson with the goal, Burge with the error. What has he done there? Flanagan passes it back to Lee Burge, and Lee Burge, pressed down by Johnson, just boots it into Johnson. Johnson taps it in. Simple goal to concede. If I was a Sunderland fan right now, I would be fuming. Brennan Johnson with the second. Awful goal again. Alex, I'm not behind. It was just I was commenting on it as it happened. Nathan, for fuck's sake. I'm surprised. It's another goal against him on a play. Johnson with it. Lee Burge with the mistake. 2 simple goals for Sunderland to concede. And they're 2-0 down. Let's go have a look at Sunderland Twitter, because that's going to be an enjoyable place to do right now, isn't it? It won't be easy for Sunderland now, even with that home advantage in the second leg. So good for most of the season, Sunderland, and they've just capitulated. Let's have a look. Sunderland tweeted, goal Lincoln. Someone put, never let Burge play for this club again. And then someone put, how's that his fault? And someone put, how is it not? Agent Lee, says someone from Coventry. It's not even funny anymore. Someone's blaming it on Flanagan, Nathan. I know you're watching it. But that's not Flanagan's fault. He's passed it to Burge, and Burge just booted it at the striker. I mean, it's not kind of... I wouldn't say Burge, oh, that's shocking, awful keeping. It's just one of those that if it had missed him by a centimetre, you would have gone, good clearance, Burge. But it didn't, and it hit him, and it's gone in. So, Lincoln in the final. Nathan, don't write yourself off, mate. But I did say that, didn't I, that it wouldn't surprise me if Lincoln managed to go up. So an absolute mountain to climb for Sunderland now.
Well, look, it doesn't come down to talent, this goal. It comes down to desire.
VAR may have actually ruled that goal out for Lincoln.
Not for me, down by his side. He has got so much talent, but it's that desire, that attitude.
Because it's hit his hand, but Dad, terrible error, Sunderland deserve to be level. They do, Dad, but ultimately the stat that matters is goals, and they're not getting the goals. I have no hopes, as Nathan, we're not good enough. Depends what Sunderland side shows up. I think a lot of your players have lost their heads now as well. Just the way they're playing. Just the way they are at the moment. Just doesn't look passionate. They don't look like they care. They're losing their heads, and that's the problem, especially players like O'Neill and White. They're just pushing people for no reason now. Nathan will be nervous in front of our fans, especially with 10k of them. It could play either way. It could either be too nervous or it could drive you. It'll be interesting, that's for sure. Scullen kicks it away. Elaine, I like Lincoln City football. I hope Lincoln City wins. Yeah. I like Lincoln. As I said, I don't really have any preferences in this playoffs. Never been to Lincoln, so it'd be a new ground. I've been to the other 3, so it'd be a bit annoying if Lincoln went up. But then, anyway. I don't really know. It'd be good to see a club at Lincoln go up, but equally Sunderland are too big for this league. But then it doesn't matter how big a club you are; it matters how well you play football. Nathan, the pressure will get too much. Maybe I don't know your players, so I don't know, do I? As much as I know League One, and I know your players kind of name basis, and I know how good some of them are. I don't know how they handle pressure and stuff because I haven't seen that. And hearing off your fans saying your away form's better. If it is, you're in trouble, mate. Ooh! Ledbetter strikes one from about 30 yards out there. Might have been about 25. Might have overestimated that. White plays it to 09. A nice little thing there. Ledbetter just drives through the middle. Strikes one from halfway inside Lincoln's half. Deflected off Ioma. Saved as well, just wide of the far post. If that had gone, then it would have been well and truly game on. But it didn't. It'll be a corner to Sunderland, though. 10 minutes then. We're into the final 10. Let's see what Sunderland can do. They've got some big players in there. Let's see what Sunderland can do from this. McGee to take in swinging with his right foot. Out to the back by Flanagan wins it. It's going to be too high and it is over the crossbar. There's no rush from anyone to get this ball back to take it.
Frustration for him.
Oof, I'd be frustrated right now. Lee Johnson's frustrated right now. Lincoln are cruising right now.
For him.
Arsenal have taken the lead away at Palace, if anyone cares.
As the old cliche goes, even when the final whistle blows tonight, it is only half time. He's trusted number 2 there, David Kersley.
Wow.
So much to guide Lincoln.
Two completely different games actually on today and yesterday. It's going to be a foul for Sunderland now. I don't know how. It's a bit of a 50-50, but Ledbetter has won the ball. George Grant's just come into it. But yesterday's game was kind of, well, to be fair, it was quite similar though in terms of when the goals came. Oxford were on top and then Blackpool scored. In this game, Sunderland were on top and then Lincoln have scored.
Just comes a fraction late to the party.
But
Grant, he feels the full effects because of it.
Lincoln players just know what they got to do now. If they see this out as a 2-0 win, they ain't going to be complaining, are they?
Decide that things ain't that bad.
As long as they keep their heads and keep this 2-0 win, they're in a pole position for the second leg. Lofted forward then. Into the box. Bridge Cup will smash it clear.
Straight back to the man.
Leverter has got it back, straight back from his free kick. Brings it into Lincoln's half again. Out to McGeady on the left wing. What can he do with it?
Get McGeady on the ball as often as they can in this
He
second
skips
half.
around Johnson, left-footed cross into the box. Who's it going to be won by? No one. Stewart was there but didn't go on his head. Ioma managed to win it. Leverter turns around and plays it to Scowen.
They're going to pull everybody back behind the ball now. You can't blame them for that.
Callum, is that Brennan Johnson player? Well, yes, mate. He scored the goal as well, actually. Great play from him. Lee Burge, it was a pass, and Brennan Johnson continued his pressing run. Lee Burge kicked it into him, and it was just a simple finish. But overall in the game, he's had a good one. Defensively, not as good, but going forward, he's been unstoppable. Callum, been absolutely class. Why he's not bringing Maguire on? Evidently, he doesn't want to draw. He'd rather lose. Isn't he on loan? Cal, we'll check for you, mate. We'll check. I heard somewhere he was, but I don't know. Right, it's going to be a sub here. I don't know who for, though. It's going to be for Lincoln. We'll have a look.
No, they've changed their mind.
Oh, no, it's not going to be a sub. Lico Nam will take this job in long from the right-hand side. Won by Lincoln and away. Right, let's have a look then.
Comes back out to Gooch.
Gooch. Into the box again. Keeper comes and claims it very well. Let's have a look and see if Brennan Johnson is on loan. He is. He is on loan from Nottingham Forest. Just 19 years of age is Brennan Johnson. Good one for the future. Sunderland are still the better team, but they can't get that final touch in the final third. Bursick had a good game again today. He was good for Peterborough. He's been good for Lincoln. Scully has made way for Lincoln. He's come off. I'm going to find out who's come on. I don't know who's come on. We'll soon find out. Number 11, Scully. Great player. Colin McGrandles is coming on. Another good player. I like Lincoln City football team. I hope Lincoln City wins. It's good today. And Joe, Blake, make that winning feeling. Joe, I bet you're buzzing, mate. I didn't expect Lincoln to win today, but fair play to them. They've turned up. And Joe, I think this isn't even biased either way. But Joe, I think here comes Rogers. Has got the ball. He's come inside from the left. Oh, he tried to pass it out to the right. Doesn't get there. But I think you'll agree with me in saying Sunderland have probably battered you today. Well, maybe not battered, but they've outplayed Lincoln. But Lincoln have got what matters and got the stat that matters, which is the 2 goals without Sunderland replying. Callum, I want Porter to go up, mate. Hopefully next season. Can't go up this season, but hopefully the next one. Right.
Yeah, Blackpool against Oxford Friday night. Sky Sports football at 7:30, and then the second leg of this match as well on Saturday from 2:45.
Right, they're bringing it forward here. Out to O'Neill on the right. He passes it back to Leverton. Leverton with a long ball up in the air forward. Ioma comes to get it. Doesn't clear it properly, but eventually does get it clear. McGrandles picks it up in the centre of the park. Foul by the centre back. What's your opinion of Nottingham Forest? Massive club, mate. Absolutely massive club. George Grant has been booked. Nottingham Forest, massive club. You know what? I wish they were doing better in the playoffs or something. But really puts them in a Sunderland Oxford final. Jesus, the odds on that must be huge. That'd mean Oxford have to win 4-0. Sunderland have to win 3-0 at the moment. 50-50 match. So we took our chance. That's the difference. Joe, exactly. I think Sunderland are probably, if we're talking about how the game's gone, I'd probably put it as like a 70-30 in Sunderland's favour, maybe 60-40 kind of. But in terms of attacking threat, Lincoln have had all of it. The closest Sunderland come was in the first half when Bailey Wright's header ricocheted off the bar and Jordan Jones cut inside the smash with a brilliant save from Bursitt. They haven't really come close enough to warrant a goal anyway. They've had a couple of good chances, but none that I think should have been goals. It's the difference.
Let's not forget that Lincoln City have the best away record in League One.
There you go. I don't know if you heard that. Lincoln City have the best away record in the league. So for Sunderland to beat them would be difficult as it is, let alone now. No, I just need to win 3-0 or 4-1, win on pens. Yeah, but a 3-0 is still going to be hard. But it's still not, you know, Blackpool won 3-0. Why can't Oxford? That's what I'm going to say. But it won't be easy. They're showing the replays of the goals. 2.5 minutes left of normal time here. If Sunderland can get a goal, they'll still be in it. But Lincoln, as I've said before, have the best away record in the league. Lincoln don't lose often on the road. And it'll be their biggest away game of the season.
Okay, man of the match time. Yeah, it took the season.
Right, Scottish man of the match being announced shortly.
Really good performances all round, but I think Liam Bridcut has been the glue.
They've put Liam Bridcut as the man of the match. To be fair, I'd probably agree with that. He's done everything good. I even booked, but he's had a good game. The commentator Alan Parry is good friends with my dad. He's on our five-a-side team. He's a big Wickham fan. Oh, that's nice, Bill. Wouldn't have known that. Fact of the day, you learn something new all the time, don't you? Must be a good guy there. I don't know who's down there. I think no, he's got back up. I think it was Gooch. Forward again. Hopper wins his header against Flanagan, and then he's got the ball. What's he going to do with it? He's going to pass it down line when McGrandles is. Where's he going to go with this? He comes back, and he's won a free kick down the right wing, deep inside Sunderland's half. Flanagan fuming about it. Absolutely fuming. McGrandles has done brilliantly with that. Smart play from him. Free kick going into the last minute of play. Which is going to go into the box as well. It's not going to be taken short as far as I'm aware. George Grant will take, if they get a third, I'd say game done. I'd say tie done. Let's see what happens. George Grant will take this right-footed from the right wing. An out-swinging free kick. See what he does with it. Right. 30 seconds to go in normal time. Probably going to be 4 or 5 minutes of added time as well. But here we go. George Grant, right-footed, out-swinging into the box. Headed one by Sunderland. Rogers can't do anything with it, and it will go out for a Lee Burge to take a goal kick. Popper is down injured. I don't know what's happened. I think this is more of let's waste a little bit of time while I can. Let's see. Battling with O'Nien. O'Nien pulls into the floor.
Time running down. Really blame him for
I don't think it would have been a penalty. 6 minutes of added time. We're into the first of those now. +6. Plenty of time for a goal. But who would a goal come for if it does? I mean, I said 1-0. There's been 2 goals. There's flares going off outside. Mental. Mental scenes. Flanagan has just come on for Diamond for Sunderland. Oh no, Flanagan's come off for Diamond. Sorry, Flanagan, the defender, off for Diamond. I think the attacker there.
Got to get it forward as quickly as they can now. Sunderland in the hope.
Let's see what they can do with it. But Grandals runs his header away. But it only goes to Bailey Wright. Bailey Wright out to Gooch. Gooch thinks it down the line. Who is there? The recent substitute is. Where's this going to go? It's going to hit him, and it's going to be a Lincoln throw-in down the left wing. Absolute scenes, yeah. Lincoln fans are going mental. I don't blame them. Got a minute. No, there's flares going on as well. I was going to take a picture and show you guys, but I can't show you this. As soon as if it comes back up again, I get a picture of it. But there's flares going off outside Bridbine, so I can't tell what team they're for. Guessing Lincoln, because I don't think there'll be any Sunderland fans there letting flares off. Pubs are open now, though, so they, they could have gone down there in the pubs. I think McGeady trying to spin around, can't do anything with it, and just touch it out of play. 4 minutes left of this added time then.
They've had their moments, haven't they? Sunderland, obviously, just before that opening goal, had opportunities. Woodward came to the rescue. They'll be kicking themselves. And it's the fine margins.
4 minutes to go. Headed away by Ioma. Lebeter heads it back, but only as far as McGrandles. McGrandles gets it out the hopper. Can't win it, but it will be a throw-in down the right wing for Sunderland. You can see all the red smoke in that corner. 3.5 left. Lee Johnson looks in pain. Mental. Fair play to Lincoln. They've turned up and they don't no regard for Lincoln's stature. Your dad jinxed us, so we'll have a word with him, Nathan, at full time, mate. Make your feelings clear. He'll come back in and we'll let him know what you think of it. Have a look, and I've realised I can share my screen on this stream, so maybe we could stream on here as well for YouTube. But we could, I think, from here I could do YouTube and Twitch. So if I get Football Manager up on the laptop, I could do it on here. Might be more money now, I don't know. Cheers, Alex. Your bet's been won now, isn't it? Pretty much. Foul for Lincoln. Another free kick just inside Sunderland's half, middle of the pitch. I cannot see Sunderland scoring now. It's too much for them. And I think you'll agree, Nathan, if you are watching, Sunderland players, they're out of it. They've lost their heads. They're just... And they've not lost their heads enough that they're going to go and headbutt someone, but they've just not got that mentality. They look like they're going to score. Yes, sir, Alex. Love that from you, mate. George Grant then, down to the left wing. What's it going to be? Nothing. Rogers is there to stop that. Gooch is going to try and keep it in. Gooch has a good attempt of it, but Rogers just about does it. Oh, mate, we're losing discipline. Nathan, you are, mate. I don't get why. Thing is, at least if you keep your head and you take a 2-0 loss, you just got to come back and Lee Johnson's got to go, lads, get this done next leg. You've got to win 2-0 at least. Johnson will be coming off now after he got that goal from Lee Burge's mistake. How long left? A minute and a half. 2 minutes. A minute and a half / 2 minutes. There was 6 minutes added on, Alex, and we're in the 94th minute and 20 seconds now. No more than 2 minutes should be played now. Blow it. Lincoln fans will be thinking the same as you, Alex, mate. Lincoln fans are happy. They're celebrating. And can you blame them?
I'm running out now for Sunderland to make any kind of impact on the night. Safely gathered by Bursic, who's been outstanding. They've gone direct there, and they've started to go direct in the last few minutes. But in general, I just expect a bit more.
I'll have a look at your comment. No more than a minute can be left in this one.
Combinations, the cohesive nature that you need to harness as an attacking unit, everything you do with possession. It's been lacking for
a free kick for Lincoln just outside the box here.
That Lincoln City approach the game. Yes, they've got different players with different traits, and a lot of that is young, youthful exuberance, attriting.
So look at commenting. No more than 30 seconds. Nathan, we were unbeaten against Lincoln this season. Nah, you were. Are there fans? Yes, Callum, there are. I think there's 3,000 in there. They're making a racket as well. There's flares going off outside. The drums going mental in the ground. George Grant to take a free kick here. 15 seconds till they hit the 95th minute. But I can see this one going over a little bit. George Grant takes a free kick, then he shoots. Lee Burge behind it, catching it well, bodying Tom Hopper to the floor. Will he blow the whistle on the 96th minute, or will he give it a bit more? Let's have a look. Lee Burge kicks it long.
kicks it forward.
Bridcut kicks it straight back to them.
Can only be second.
Booted away again. The sun is in the camera's eye, so I cannot see into the box now. Stewart back to McGeady, hoofed away by George Grant. Out for a throw into Sunderland on the left-hand side. Lincoln fans blowing. They want this to be done. They want it to be over. Not yet, though. Can't be long left. McGeady down. Again, it's hoofed forward. George Grant cuts it out. Back again, up to Jordan Jones. Back to Bailey Wright. Tries to get it forward. He does get it forward to 09. 09 to McGeady. McGeady turns onto his left foot. What can he do with it? Can't be long left now. Last attack, surely. McGeady onto his right foot now. Passes it to Leverter. He's lined up a shot. Doesn't shoot. What will he do? Leverter into the box for White. White spins. That should be a corner. No, it's going to be a goal kick. Sunderland, Brazil. How are you, mate? I hope you're good, Thiago. Bad result for you, but you will return, hopefully. Even I want the rest of the blow because we couldn't score in a brothel. Yeah, that should be full-time. I think it is full-time. Yes, it is. That is full-time here at Sincil Bank. Wow. No one expected that, did they? Hopefully, Dad will come in and we'll assess what's happened today shortly. Please do subscribe if you're new, as always. Wow. Thank you for this commentary. I'm too much of a bum to get Scotch Sports. No worries, Alex. You might be able to pay for it now. You've won that bet for the second leg. Nah, I'm joking. It's all right, mate. The stream's coming up. We will talk about what streams are coming up. Thanks for that, mate. See you next time. See you next time, mate. Hope you've enjoyed this stream. Do leave a subscription if you are new as well. It means a lot to me. The fans going mental. I'm hoping Dad will join us shortly. Right, we will quickly do. These are the streams coming up before Saturday night then, quickly. Sunderland versus Lincoln will be live for the end of that at 5 o'clock on Saturday because I've got work until 4:30. And then we'll also be live for Swansea versus Barnsley, the second leg at 6 o'clock on Saturday, straight after the end of the Sunderland game. Right. Goodbye, Blake. See you later. Actually, I watched the end. Okay, mate. Cheers. You're on 818 subs. Love that. I'm gonna just gonna text my dad to make sure he comes back in because he might have fallen asleep or been kicking himself. He's got the prediction one. We'd like to see what your dad thinks. Yeah, he'll be back in shortly. Come on, Dad. Come on. He's probably trying to join now.
In the second leg, aren't they? As will Oxford.
We wait for him. Well, Oxford and Sunderland both have absolute mountains to climb now. Oof. Well, they better climb them. We will find out. Hopefully, Sunday coming on Saturday. Hopefully, mate. Hopefully. My son is sports fan. I hope we win the League One next season. Hopefully, Paul. Hopefully, mate. Well, I don't think we'll be able to go live for the playoff final either on Saturday. Well, hold on a minute. I didn't think the playoff final was on Saturday. I thought it was on Sunday. Yeah, it is on Sunday. Sunday the 30th. We'll soon find out if I'm working or not. I hope I'm not. I hope I start a bit later, but I'll be able to let you guys know. Joseph, I told you we wouldn't win 4-0. You're deluded. Well, you weren't far off. To be fair, you were the better team. Just couldn't put the balls in the back of the blooming net, and that's the most important thing in football, is actually scoring. You couldn't do that, though, so unfortunately, you lose. I'm in a phone, Dad, now. Oh, no, he's here. Ignore me. Dad's there. Is he actually here, though? I want to wait to see his face. Yes, there he is. Elliot GFC. Well. Yeah, well, Dad, I'm hoping you can hear me. I'm hoping you're connected well. Thoughts on that second half? Thoughts on the second half, Dad? You look tired. You look like you're falling asleep. We can hear you,
I
Dad.
can't hear what you're saying, Blake.
Surely you can hear me. Can you hear me now? Hello? Well, Joe said Sunderland's only 2 down. It's not much to come in the second leg. No, it's not too much. Nathan says to you, Dad,
I can't hear you, bloke.
How can you not? Surely you can hear me. Well, I can hear you clearly. Hello? I'm going to remove Dad and add him back in a minute. Anyway, we'll read the comments quickly. This is awkward. Yeah, pathetic. Should have been at least a draw at least, and for Lee Burge as well. Yeah, it should have been a draw to be fair, but if you don't take your chances, you can't get the draws, can you? And unfortunately, at the end of the day, you've lost, and maybe shouldn't have been a loss. But Lee Burge, the team of the season goalkeeper, has just conceded a howler, an absolute howler. I'm hoping we can get Dad back in shortly. He's anyway. Be interesting second leg, it will. My dad supports Man United. Fair enough. Sunderland at the bar 2 times. There should have been 2-2. Yeah, but ultimately the bar doesn't count for anything, does it? And if you hit the bar, you hit the bar. Apparently Villa brought in a young player earlier. So until Dad joins back, I want to have a look and see if they actually did. Villa claiming a 2-0 win, 2-1 win today, actually. Up the Gills, mate. Up the Gills. They got so lucky though. It's irritating. They did get quite lucky, but ultimately in football, luck is important. And if you don't get the luck, then you can't win the games, can you? That's as simple as it is. Just having a look. Yes, they've brought on a player that's very young. Anyway, right, let's see. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Right, thoughts on that second half?
I thought Sunderland came out in the first 15, 20 minutes really good. Created chances. McGeady missed a few chances. Charlie White hit the bar. But it's going to be difficult for him now to get through. 2-0 down from the first leg. It's going to be it's going to be hard.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that in the final third, I thought they were poor. I thought Lincoln had their number all day long. So moving forward, I think that they're going to have to win 2-0 even to take the extra time, and that's without Lincoln even scoring a goal. So it's going to be
Dad, I don't know if you know this. Lincoln have the best away record in League One.
I heard that, mate. Yeah, it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky for them.
Yeah. Joe says Sunderland will have more fans at the stadium alike than Lincoln did today. Yes, 10,000 of your fans go in there. I'm one of them. We'll get behind them and hopefully turn around. Hopefully, Nathan. And Dad, Nathan says you jinxed them.
Yeah, maybe I did, mate. Maybe I did. There's still a second leg to come, but
yeah, you're not out of it yet.
And I thought in the first 15 minutes of the second half they were the better team, but the second goal was a complete freak. I mean, I don't know what the keeper was doing, but
yeah,
I mean, the second goal was just.
It was good pressing from Brennan Johnson, but ultimately you shouldn't be conceding from a position of which your keeper should just getting it clear.
No, you shouldn't have done it. Maybe the player shouldn't have passed it back to the keeper when the other guy. You know, it's all ifs and buts. But to me, Lincoln are obviously in the driving seat. So are Blackpool.
Yeah.
But you know, stranger things have happened. They might come back.
Yeah, they might. How are we to be able to tell if they won't or not?
Yeah.
Sunderland fans deserve more. You do, mate. You do. Blackpool Lincoln final. Don't write yourselves off. I think Blackpool are pretty much there, but Sunderland can still do it. I don't personally think they will anymore, but I think it's doable. My son said, "What is Portsmouth kit next season?" I don't know yet. We don't know. Darren, hi Matt, how are you and your dad? What is news in Poppy hearing that Jack and Tom and Big Matt want to leave? Close and Curtis as well, and Joe Gallen Jetwin in the code. Really anything going on? Yeah, quite a lot's going on, Darren. We'll probably do a separate kind of live video to talk about all that. Another point, I'll just do a video on it. We don't know yet. But Dad, final kind of thoughts after that game. Do Sunderland have what it takes to do it at the Stadium of Light in the second leg?
If they play like they did tonight, they haven't got hope in hell. If they play like they can do, anything's possible. But if they play like they did tonight, no.
Yeah, well, that is where this stream's going to end. Thank you again for joining me, Dad. Shame about Sunderland's result. Nathan, I'm going to another class stream. Shame about the result. See you later, mate. Well, that is where the stream ends. Dad, I will see you later.
Maybe you got to share within a vlog tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah. Well, we are back at Fratton Park tomorrow night for another Pompey, well, not a Pompey game, a Pompey Cup game. But anyway, worst team we've had in the history of our club. Yeah, that wasn't great today, was it, mate? Please don't forget to subscribe if you're new, just for the stream ends. I'll give it another minute. Any questions you have, fire them over. Sunderland then losing 2-0 at Sincil Bank. 60% possession to them. The same amount of corners. Woodwork been hit twice by Sunderland, 1 by Lincoln. 3 on target attempts from Sunderland, 5 from Lincoln. 14 attempts in total from the home side, 18 from the travelling supporters of Sunderland. 2 cards, all both yellow for Lincoln, 1 going to O'Neill for Sunderland. Sunderland on top primarily, but not getting the most important stat, which is the winning goal. Any questions or any things to fire over, fire them over. We'll be ending the stream at 8:07. A bit of a weird time to end it, but we'll end it then. So do fire any questions you have over. We'll give it another minute or so before we end. Fire your questions over and we'll end it. And we'll be back again Saturday. I won't be able to do Friday. Won't be able to do tomorrow. But we'll be back again Saturday about 5 o'clock. I think since Sunderland have 10,000 in the stadium of light on Saturday, I think Sunderland will win. I think they'll win. It just depends by how many, whether it be 1 or 2. Thing is, Lincoln best away record. It won't be easy for Sunderland. You can't really call things like this. It's going to be big. Darren, league will be hard next year if Sunderland do not go up some big teams. Yes, mate, some absolute huge ones. Well, Liam Bridcut was named man of the match. He's talking now. And on that note, Sunderland having lost 2-0, that's where this stream's going to end. Thank you all again for watching. I hope you have a good week. I hope you have a good finish to the week. And I'll see you Saturday.